Go. Pro. Almost. And there we are. Welcome everyone. How you doing tonight? Here's to the next one. Yeah. Well, thank you all for being here. Quota could not make it tonight. Had a family emergency come up. But we are ready to get this finale underway. We are joined by a special guest tonight, who is Ari Video Game, who will be playing the characters of Landfear and Oathmeal. And Ari, if you are there, you can go ahead and say hi. I know you were going to briefly drop and pick back up, so. Let's do this. Rolls a 1. Oh, come on. Yeah, so this will be the last stream before the UK trip. And let me go ahead and get a couple of other things just set up real fast. And of course, we're welcoming William back tonight.
Hello.
Time to crit fail everything. Oh my god, yeah. Now's not the time.
That's what it's gonna feel like.
So, welcome back, William. Nice. Ari, you there? All right. So at this point,
Yep.
the last session, believe everyone was gathered in Pandora City, and several people had gone out. Mainly Oathmeal, I think, had gone out on Flammy to evacuate a lot of the nearby villages and towns and everything. And so as you guys see the construction efforts underway, everything being done to build this trench and other defenses, and Dryad is wandering about getting the town ready. With the large thorns and spikes on the edges of the town, trying to funnel Thanatos' forces towards where you guys want them. Is there anything that you guys would like to do in the meantime, while I figure out which music to get running here?
And a map.
Yes, and a map.
Since I've been gone so long, what do I know about Thanatos' forces?
You know that there's a lot of run-of-the-mill zombies seems to be interested in, overwhelming by sheer force of numbers.
Good. In that case,
the forces that were approaching the city seem to have perhaps slowed down a bit in their approach, because at the speed that they were moving, you guys basically anticipated that you should already be fighting. So it seems that they've slowed down, possibly turned a different direction, and tried to gather a bit more.
I guess now is the time where I bring out another thing of prep I wanted to ask about. Could Jen summon a dense enough fog, and where we're going to funnel them, to try to force the zombies to be unable to actually see anything?
If you summon Jin and ask him this, he kind of considers for a little bit. He says, I might be able to direct fog. That probably would be more in Dean's area to produce and disperse it.
Understood.
But we could, the two of us, we could make that work. You do note that Undine is not currently engaged in any activities for building defenses or anything.
Good. Then I'll use them both and if that's all right with you guys.
Fine with me.
Okay. So what the idea had been was, here's the city and the walls are highlighted red.
Okay.
There's going to be a lot of spikes and everything constructed by Dryad
Right.
to kind of make all of this area difficult terrain, especially down south of the city. All of these areas outside the south wall have been evacuated up into the walled area.
Yeah.
Most people are being herded into this northeastern area since there's a lot of open plains, so there's makeshift camps being set up and everything. And then the idea has been generally to try to funnel them to this western entrance.
Okay.
This almost feels like Battle of Winter.
Oh, we also have a trench with alchemist fire in it.
Did we mention that Thanatos wasn't? So we tried throwing fire at it and we discovered that it wasn't.
Who's hurting him?
Yeah, it wasn't immune to fire. So
That is correct, yeah.
It was hurting him. Quite
Yes.
a bit.
Well. Yeah.
Any thoughts?
well, Reese is going to try to not think about her emotions about quota by just diving into her work.
Okay.
Preparing boiling oil and like hot coals and things like that they're gonna throw on the invaders when they come.
Okay. Yeah, the soldiers are definitely grateful to have your help with this. And during the next few days, you do get word that the army of Roland is mobilizing to move towards Pandora to help defend.
I just seek out any members of the Paladin Corps that are here in Pandora.
Okay.
See if they can come to the aid of the city.
They are already actively engaged in helping to build defenses and training civilians into some sort of militia and things like that. But... Huh?
Like great on the very sarcastic.
Yes, Ari, we hear you. You're a little quieter than you were earlier during the test. We are hearing you, though. Go ahead and test again if you don't mind.
No problem. I'm speaking a little bit louder. I didn't want to blow you guys out.
Don't worry about that at all. You can blow us out. It's fine.
All right, strap in.
They need to be able to hear you. So with Lanfear being a gladiator champion, and Oathmeal doing what she does, is there anything that they would like to do to help with the defense of the city as it prepares for the attack? Chromature says that sounds near ideal at the volume you're at.
Oh. Well, it turns out I blew it up all the way to the top. Is this a terrible idea?
Sounds good to me.
Sounds fine to me.
Yeah, same.
You're good.
Upside my speaker, so.
But yeah, the paladins are engaged in helping people prepare and everything. The king has declared a state of emergency, and basically the entire citizenry, every able-bodied person is helping in some way if possible.
Okay.
So, if you have any specific ideas or instructions, then absolutely.
Which way are the zombies coming from?
The west.
West. Now is it set where like the north is actually the top, or?
No, from the left side here.
Top's north.
Yes. They are going to be approaching the city in general from vaguely northwest, but
I'm gonna go up each night on my room. Just kind of fly around and scout.
okay. How far out are you flying? Oh yeah, I knew I was forgetting something. I forgot to pull up the world map. It's been a couple weeks.
That's not bad, Wolf.
I know, right? Their new thing actually looks really cool, but it is not compatible with any maps at all that were generated before.
That
So,
sucks.
yeah, there's not any way to
Get it transferred in.
right, which is most unfortunate. Let me get it loaded now. There we go. Okay. So yeah, how far out are you flying here?
Where did we last see him at?
You last saw them out near Hulkenberg, which was that old castle.
Oh yeah. Probably towards just Necromere as far out.
Just out to Necomere? Okay.
Maybe a little past. Just kind of in that area.
Okay. Yeah, venturing out as far as Necomere and Thalgrim, you're able to go out a few nights without ever seeing anything unusual. But yeah, finally after several nights you do see signs of disturbance out to the north. That you would assume to be Thanatos' forces.
Okay.
Yes, that is Donnie here in the red shirt. Malthrain returns.
So yeah, come whenever I see that, I'll let them know. That's definitely getting closer.
Okay. Yeah, they kind of nod a bit, not sure whether to be encouraged by this news that it's taken longer for them to get here than expected, but
More time for us. Gave us more time.
yeah, just not really sure if that means it's more time for him to prepare too, you know.
We'll find out.
Absolutely.
So, we had a week to prepare, right?
Pretty much.
Okay. So I remember unsuccessfully trying to get the king to issue a pardon for any, I guess, unsavory characters who might want to help out. Any, I don't know, thieves or assassins or any kind of underground people. I want to, if I have any time left during this week, also work on a petition from, like, the bottom down didn't work. I'm gonna try the other way around. So I'm gonna
From the top down didn't work.
Yeah.
You're gonna try grassroots.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna work from the primaries, and we're gonna go.
Okay. Make.
First roll of the night. Don't be bad.
You're gonna set us up to fail, I just know it.
Make 3 persuasion rolls.
Oh, that's even lovelier. I'm going to curse this 3 times.
Okay. So, persuasion?
Yes.
Do I have persuasion? Ooh, I do. So, 5 plus 6, 11. Natural 1.
7.
2. So,
Ooh.
yeah.
Not good.
Okay.
I knew it.
Well, the 11 wasn't bad. The 11 wasn't bad.
Quickly went downhill.
Yeah.
Look, I'm just getting the bad ones out of the way.
The natural one, you just managed to encounter the worst person possible to ask a question like this. You know, someone whose dad was murdered by one of the guys that you're now trying to pardon or whatever, and that conversation just does not go
Do
anywhere.
I get like a glove slapped in my face or something?
A beer thrown.
Very close to it. You get threatened a bit, but
You get beer thrown at you and booed off stage.
An attempt was made.
an attempt was made.
I said bring out the stand-up.
Big thunk. I keep seeing a notification in my Discord, and so I'm like, I keep checking it to make sure that Ari didn't just DM me or something, but yeah. Okay.
Ari's turn. What's she doing?
Ari, did you have any thoughts on the defense of the city for Oathmeal and Lanfear to pursue? Yeah, defense of the city for It's
the loop.
yeah, a little bit laggy.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Cool. Sorry, I had a microphone situation, but I was listening.
Gotcha. Okay. Do you need me to press the push to talk on Discord, or are you listening to the stream anyway?
I'm kind of doing both. I was also figuring out what would be easiest. So I was listening to the plan, and I think because I'm new to the stream, I'm going to have my characters currently follow the lead. But we might disagree later if that's it.
Okay. Thanks for dropping in, Dundon. Have a good one.
Follow the lead. Who that is?
I wonder who.
That would be Quota.
It probably
yeah,
is
let's be honest,
Quota.
It is Quota, yeah.
Oh my god.
That's why we're in this.
This explains a lot about the party. Oh god, there's a Quota, yes.
He's already gotten one.
Is that even here?
Oh, there it goes.
Yep.
Here it goes. It has begun. Okay, well, unless there's anything else.
What is
I
Quota?
think
That's a good
now
question.
You're playing them.
And what was your question?
What would Quota do? What is Quota doing? Besides drinking.
And attempting to flirt with either Reese and or Lanfear.
I think he's decided on which one though.
I think so. Quota dies, it's an instant game over.
He's assisting Druid.
Try it.
Sorry, Druid.
Okay. There's not really much he can do to
I want
assist
it here.
Dryad.
I want it here. What is there?
Okay, yeah.
It is also covering the spikes that she makes in pitch.
Ooh. Okay. To be flammable.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. How are you, Oh, I see, okay. Gotcha, welcome back, Ari.
Yeah.
How are you able to... Well, how much pitch do you have?
How much?
Because, I mean, we're
does the city
talking
have?
about a border of the entire city.
That's how much the city has.
Yeah. Which I have no idea.
And if they would use that for that, or would they use it in the valley to try to force the fire pit for when they do get past the difficult terrain?
Right.
Because those spikes aren't really going to do too much.
They will if they're on fire.
Okay. Well, let's put it this way. Where would you like to most concentrate that pitch?
Not protect the civilians.
That gate.
Western, southern?
I'd probably say both the southern and eastern, southeastern gates.
Were they coming from the west though?
Yes.
That's what he means.
But we're doing. We have
Okay.
a trench with alchemist fire too, and then
Yeah.
spikes.
Yeah, I didn't know about the alchemist fire beam.
Yeah, that's what that trench. That we're filling that trench up with that.
So
That's the plan.
Go
It's to be filled with just oil.
Yeah.
But
Gotcha. Well, pitch is what? Molasses and oil, essentially.
okay. Yeah.
Because it's
But I'd say probably the
Make it
two other
bigger,
gates that are more
things.
vulnerable,
yeah.
just so that way it deters it.
Okay, right. The idea being to push them away from those gates and towards the western gate.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you concentrating the pitch more on the southern gates then?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, as you guys supervise a lot of the construction of all the defenses of the city and all of that, you do in time see disturbances in the trees out to the west and to the north. Actually, to the north is more mountainous terrain anyway, so it is more towards the west. And
Before Flammy goes out, I twin mage armor Flammy and her rider. So their AC can be based on 13 plus dex.
okay. The question then is, who is riding Flammy right now? Is it Reese or Quota?
Pretty sure it's Reese.
Well, it's fine. He's still doing the escorting people back.
No, that would have been finished for a couple days.
Gotcha.
Okay.
There were some villages that they were not able to get to in time, but quite a lot have made it back. There's kind of a community of dwarves that have gathered in the eastern side of the city. And
My people.
yeah, from the city of Thalgrim, and they're
rallied the dwarves.
bitching, moaning, and complaining about being above ground.
I tell them to shut the fuck up and rally.
You want to get back in the hole? We gotta kill this guy.
Kill the lich.
All right,
Kill everything.
make a persuasion check.
Good old faithful paladin. And okay, one more thing.
Okay.
Can I go ahead and use religion to try to actually communicate with the sword one last time now that I do have that connection to a god?
Okay.
Way to be demigod.
What did you do in your time away?
Multi-classed a whole bunch of. Mechanically, I just multi-classed, but
It's a
I did some sort of.
What time?
20.
Yeah, D20.
Gonna go ahead and use Tide Chaos on this.
5 on the die.
Really?
That's not bad though.
14 plus 5 is 19.
So what do you multi?
Knowledge cleric.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say what?
Go to your skills.
Persuasion?
I'll tell you.
Next step. Hold on. Here you go.
Got it?
No.
Persuasion plus 4.
All right. So with a 19 on religion, yes, you're able to feel some sort of presence within the sword. You first of all, you feel like someone is looking back at you from within it.
Oh, see, Arya, what was your first character? What was your first character's name?
Mishka?
Mishka.
Oh boy.
And at this point, I say, "It's been too long, Mishka."
Well, I can't speak for what Mishka would say to you.
We don't have to.
Or
Yeah.
Mishka would say.
But yeah, you do feel the presence of Mishka looking back at you.
I'm looking over you!
What's up? So no, it's already counting in the charisma modifier then, plus your proficiency modifier plus 3, so that's where the 4 comes from.
Okay.
For your persuasion.
I don't know why I did that.
Or what was the final?
No.
Yeah,
They're like,
they come with you, but they're basically bitching and moaning. They're saying sod it and don't tell us what to do, but we'll come fight.
You want your homes back, you gotta take it from the enemy.
Yeah.
See, Arya, I knew it. I knew you were going to curse us. Bad rolls tonight.
Who the hell are you telling us what to do?
Dwarf paladin, dumbass.
Yeah, I can see that, dumbass.
Fine, I'll buy you to get a round of beer when this is all over.
does it get to roll with advantage? If he actually pays.
Yeah, roll with advantage. That was a 10, so that ended
14.
up being a +4, so yeah, 14 is like... Don't suppose we can get to the beer first, can you?
No, I need a sober to fight.
Yeah, alright.
But it
Where
better
do
be
you
the
want
good
me?
stuff. Not,
So they grudgingly do go with you. And,
not none of her piss.
yeah, and they agree to follow orders. So
Damn.
nice stamp. But yeah, you're. The heck was that?
That's all. I have 3 texts. I have 3 books in that bag. So.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, okay.
Boom.
Okay, you weren't getting your deposit back anyway.
Okay, well, he just went to the restroom, but he was in the middle of a conversation with Mishka, so.
Was he now?
Was he though? That's true. He just went.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
been too long, Mishka, and.
It's not even Mishka.
You hadn't decided what happens. You just said he feels the presence.
That is true. I mean, you can
Mishka's-
definitely attempt to respond.
Mishka's a zombie at this point, right?
No.
He's not?
Well,
Body-
physically.
Depends
Body,
on.
yes.
So physically,
the body just growl back.
Physically, Thanatos is inhabiting Mishka's body. Spiritually, the soul of Mishka is within the Sword of Mana.
So wouldn't the body just growl back?
Well, the body is miles away. Hopefully.
Yeah, the body's not here.
Body is the bad guy.
Correct.
Body is Thanatos.
The body is what's about to march on the city.
You guys are gonna kill
Can
me.
I ask Salmano to just burn Mishka?
Say what?
Can I just ask Salmano to burn Mishka?
We tried burning my
I did
body.
set the body on fire.
It's spirit fire at this point.
For
I did set it on fire with flames that cannot go out.
Quick, someone cast magic jar on Thanatos. Someone refresh me. What does that do?
Probably cast them into a magic jar that contains them.
Makes him a genie.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Then he'll seal it up in concrete and put it in the bottom of the ocean, where he will never bother anyone again.
It puts someone's soul into a jar. Uh-oh.
That's tricky though.
So technically, wouldn't that be killing Mishka at that point? Because his soul's inhabiting the sword.
No.
Mishka's already dead.
what is life?
But no, I mean,
Also, life finds a way.
Okay, Jurassic Park.
Clever girl.
Okay. What would Mishka like to attempt to say,
I'm supposed to say
if
that.
anything? If anything, or does she just give him the finger? What
No, I
happens
think
here?
she's going
I
to
mean,
try
you
to
didn't really
like.
talk, so.
Yeah, she started talking near the end. I think she died because she started talking. I think she's just gonna try to like give him like, you got this.
The thumbs up. Just
Like try to instill some kind of confidence.
No.
Okay.
Not thumbs.
Can she
We
do
go with other
anything
fingers.
mechanically at this point?
Mechanically, I would say no.
Okay, then yeah,
But it's
she's just trying to instill confidence and be like,
Okay.
I got your back.
Okay.
Hey,
So generally, what you get from Mishka within the Sword of Mana is just essentially a wordless equivalent of just, you feel like she's giving you a thumbs up and like you've got this sort of.
Alright.
Like she's just generally trying to encourage you.
Is this where I think with the sword is?
Not really. But,
Very well, then I guess.
the coasters are on your left if you don't mind. Right next to that little tube on the speaker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
there's your dice tray.
I got one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can work too.
Not really.
It's gonna fit all the ones I roll. That's why it's small.
Wah, wah. Anything else, guys? The trees are starting to part. Time is
Yeah, I don't think I have.
winding
anything
down
else.
here. Okay.
At least not off the top of my head.
Reese would like to write. I don't know if this is in her power or not, but she would like to write a will saying that she regrets everything. Her sister should be the one who gets all her positions.
Okay. And you do get word that they are. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I need a roll to see if I can perceive that undead are near. That's part of the paladin.
You do
No,
not
that's
have to.
automatic.
You do not have to roll in
Yeah.
this case because they can see them on the horizon.
Oh, we know they're near.
Yeah.
Also, if I recall correctly, that one
Maybe
was
not you. You
automatic.
can't
I
see
can't
them.
see over the wall. Someone give me a box.
What? I don't know what the range of that spell is. Maybe 60 or 120 feet or something like that. But
I think it's 60 feet actually.
there's not any within 60 feet. But there's definitely some near. Yes.
Divine Sense? That's automatic within 60 feet.
Yeah.
Stand still. If you die, I'm keeping all your stuff. Reese's sister.
We need him. He can keep quota too.
She's like, no thanks.
Yeah.
Sir
No.
Mason, what is up? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. But yeah, you do also get another check-in from your commanding officer in the Roland army, who is
You're good.
I mean, can I be any more in trouble?
she's kind of spearheading
areas.
the invading force the defending force that's coming to assist, and she says that they are approaching. They have crossed into Pandora space, and that they do see Thanatos' forces. So they are attempting to harry them from behind, and they are approaching the city and will be there in an hour or so.
Oh, okay. That's good.
2
Or less.
Or less. But wait, there's more.
Ow.
Did you roll
You guys have something pending here.
He's doing some.
I forgot to level up the HP on this character because apparently it didn't save that I'm level 7 now.
By the way, Malthrain, I need your max HP.
91.
91. Okay. Good. That's good. Huh?
What's Mikey's?
I think 85.
Let me check. He sent me
I
that.
have it too. 83.
83. Okay, that's right. I remember noticing that there were 2 members who
Had super
It's okay, guys. We're all still alive.
Not all of us. Mishka's dead.
there were 2 members who
I mean, yes, but I mean, maybe I should have chimed in. I mean, this is your idea. Nothing has ever gone wrong.
No one's ever really gone.
this
We'll try Mishka's spirit with Thanatos in the jar.
It's gonna be like a sitcom, like they're sold together and Thanatos and Mishka. What shenanigans will they get up to this time?
oh my god. That just got clipped. Alright.
I think I have an idea for you.
Okay.
I hand you the sending stone the scout had.
What's that?
Basically, a sending stone allows you to cast sending once per day towards the other stone. I was wondering if there's some bullshit way that you can use that to find out his location.
Who's?
Thanatos.
Ooh. Okay.
You're gonna die out.
So you're able to use the sending stone to communicate with the other sending stone, which would, in theory, still be in the possession of the scout who had it. And that scout is theoretically now a part of Thanatos' undead army.
Yay.
So then how would you determine the location of the stone? Would you be attempting
Plot.
to...
Plot.
Plot?
At this point.
Okay.
I'd be plotting it on the map, I guess.
I mean, unless
I was gonna say,
we're to cast locate object to just know where it is.
Yeah, that was the case. And well, why don't we just cast locate object on the mana sword?
Because locate object's a relatively high level spell.
Wait,
As Bernard
Question.
explains this, he waves the mana sword at you.
considering that corpses are objects, would
Are they
Mishka's...
though?
Aren't they?
No.
No, they're not.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Not if they're up and moving.
It's still
I mean,
corpse.
at that point, it ceases to be a corpse and starts to become a lich because Thanatos is inside it. Or whatever Thanatos is considered in this one.
Are you trying to locate object on the sending stone?
Yes.
The spell.
Okay. Yeah, give me the
That is
spell.
a second level spell, if I recall correctly.
Premature corpses are objects. Are you saying that mechanically? Like that's really, or are you saying that like, I don't know,
Within 1,000 feet,
1,000 feet?
Well,
that's not
Best
going
case.
to do
Yeah.
Honestly, all these spells are assuming that you're going out adventuring. Like, none of these are for war campaigns. That's why I'm like, what?
Corpses are mechanically considered objects. Okay. Huh. But does that count if they're, up walking around?
No, because then you become another creature.
It's animated dead.
Anyway, because you can see the forces on the horizon, you're pretty sure.
I can't see them. The wall's too high.
There are battlements. There are battlements that you guys have.
Yes.
He is short as member of the
I'm
party.
4'8".
I mean, you kind of think of Lord of the Rings, think the Battle of Helm's Deep or whatever, and he's like, yeah, give me a box or whatever. But you guys are on the battlements at the top of the wall. You're
you can see the top of my head, that's it.
Yeah. Shall I describe it to you, or should I get you a box?
So Launcher goes and fetches him a box.
Well, thank you, Monster.
Yep. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe she doesn't. Is there really a box nearby? I don't think boxes come at least.
I'm sure you can.
It's in the budget.
I forgot you don't need to hit the push to talk. I'm sure you can find a crate nearby. There's so many supplies being moved around and everything. So yeah, there's a crate nearby. I'm sure. Lanfear probably just kicks it, a few feet over to you, like.
Cool. I scamper up the box.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Yes. She notices, finds it. Being a cat-like creature, maybe she sits and fits in it for a hot second.
Yes.
I mean, I guess I could have just asked Quota to pick me up.
But yeah, so looking out to the west, you see them. You're like, oh, I don't need to cast nothing. He's over there.
Very sarcastically saying that.
Yeah.
Oh. I guess it'll be fun to taunt. No, you can't taunt a skeleton down.
Guess that's a weird match. All kinds of boxing involved. Oh, Mason. Am I gonna need to get a Mason no emote made?
Yes.
You know that's gonna happen.
Nah.
That'll be tier 2.
Just, I don't know. We have a thumbs down. Maybe just flat out no. Just no.
I don't know, we could always do a thumbs down with it saying Mason no.
Just long O's.
Fantastic emote. God. But yeah, as they begin to approach and spread out to the south around the city and everything, let me actually get into this menu. So as they begin to spread out around the city and everything, and you guys kind of watch tensely as, okay, is this actually going to work? And they do kind of seem to head towards the south to kind of test some of those gates a bit. What were you going to say?
Which way does that stream flow?
Stream?
Yeah.
It is flowing south.
Okay.
Why?
See, I've just got a feeling of Helm's Deep all over again. Except for in Helm's Deep case, it flowed into it, so yeah. Which they really designed that week because they put the bars on.
What?
He's telling me to shut up, I'm being a nerd.
We're playing D&D. A nerd here? Really?
Right?
No, just...
So yeah, there's an archer nearby to where you guys are gathered, and you definitely need a mason. No.
Is he an elf?
No, this one's a human.
Damn.
But he kind of looks over to you guys and has an arrow loaded with pitch on the tip, and he's ready to light it. When should we light the spikes?
Wait for them to get a little closer.
All right. Wait till they're in the middle of them?
Pretty much.
Okay. First mode will be a fantasy. Oh, God. All right, so Mason just gets timed out. So as the army begins to spread around the city and encroach on the defenses and everything, you do catch a glimpse of a single blonde-haired woman standing in the middle, floating above the ground by about a foot or so. And she seems to be directly west of the western gate.
Should we worry about your wild magic?
Yes.
Always
I want the
worry.
unicorn coming up behind me.
Always worry.
I'll just tell you the whole wild magic, tides of chaos, and everything. I tend to give him his tides of chaos back more often in combat because combat is chaotic.
Raise, we're gonna have a horde of unicorns pop up.
Hey, that's actually good for us.
If
though.
you're extremely lucky.
That's good for us.
I don't know. Arya's already cursed us with bad rolls.
Okay.
Oh, we don't have a D100 tonight.
We have D100s. We just don't. Yes. What?
I am not cursed.
No, not Ari. Arya.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, there's Ari, you, and there's this player here whose real name is Arya.
As in this day, Arya.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh. I was like, I just got here.
No, I wouldn't blame you for it.
Well, I mean, in a certain sense, you are cursed because you share a name with me. You have to bear that burden. So.
Except it's not her real name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Nice, it means that we double curse.
Bullying the new kid. All right, so.
That's okay, I can take it. I read my character bio. I kicked somebody's butt earlier.
Yeah, you kicked Quota's ass. Yeah. It took the whole party to take you down. So.
Wow.
Only because I was in
Encouraging
silence.
it.
No, like the first spell I cast, boop, you can't cast because you've got no mouth.
Oh yeah.
And then you shrunk her.
Oh yeah, that was even better. So if we get enough candles in here, then there certainly will be certain. I'm not even going to finish reading it.
Yeah.
It is spelled ARIA. Stamped. Anyway. Anything else last minute? As
You know what? Luca's here, right?
she is staying a little further back, but yeah, she's nearby.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Yes, it is on my shirt. Yes, there you go.
At the very top.
Yep.
I believe I'm gonna go ahead and if she hasn't already gotten a way for her to fly, I'm just gonna go ahead and cast that spell at 4th
You
level.
have to write it. Yeah.
What spell?
Fly.
Okay.
Targeting
Except for
her
this character.
and me.
It's homebrew.
On Luca?
On
So
Luca and
most-
me, yes.
Okay.
My next character is a ball.
Sage Luca, make a note. You have flight on you now. Okay.
So you have a flying speed of 60 feet, straight up. Do I get my Tides of Chaos back from that?
No. Not at this moment.
I was about to say, I
He's
rolled a
gonna
1.
What did you roll?
I was gonna say a 1, but
Oh.
then again, it's a
I
7.
did not notice.
But if it was a 1, I could totally roll Well, magic still.
Yeah, you could. Actually, before we get too much into this, let me go ahead and pull that up so that I have it ready. I know it's somewhere here. There it is. Okay.
Oh.
And this time I actually have the keyboard close by, so I can.
And now everybody can see the table.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Backlayers.
Yeah, these are some fun effects, guys. Anyway.
Not if you're quota.
Not if you're quota.
Fireball 3 different times.
He has been fireballed.
And skewered by a unicorn.
Yeah.
I've only been fire. Huh? I've got it once.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Mrs. Smith, hello. Welcome.
Skewered by a unicorn is just the way that they flirt.
That could be. Alright, so the
Also, Longier is not impressed with his performance tonight.
noted.
But who's quotas?
Quotas. I think quota, you mean?
Yes.
I don't have the mentalness of Mikey, so
I don't think anybody would ever have that.
No one does. This is a good thing.
that's a full crazy.
Mrs. Smith, thank you for the raid. I don't know why the notifications are not showing up for me lately, but thank you so much. Keep getting errors, something on Twitch. Okay. Well, appreciate it nonetheless. Thank you so much. Glad you're here. Along with whoever you brought with you. So as the as Thanatos' armies begin to crash into the wall and begin to pound on the gates and everything, one of the archers does let loose a flaming arrow, and the spikes begin to catch fire, the spikes that Dryad has built. And you do notice that Thanatos doesn't seem particularly surprised by this, but it does seem to be working in that a lot of the forces attacking the city do seem to be concentrated towards that western gate. That does mean that gate is looking like it will certainly give way faster than
Not so
any
fast.
other.
We have those trinkets still. And I think there's a good use for them. I can't cast the spells because I don't have, I can't use concentration spells right now, so
What trinket?
Why can't you use
Drive.
concentration?
fly.
Oh.
Remember drive?
Say what?
Remember drive?
What about it?
Yes.
Are you going for a group moment?
Yes. Because, whatever.
A what?
Group moment? Just inhale.
What?
Yeah, I'm lost
So you're
too.
saying Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah?
Groot, what he does, whenever there's like a line of enemies.
Oh, Groot. Oh. Oh.
Yeah, if I remember correctly.
I mean, drives powerful enough that you can do like vines.
Yeah, she's got a really powerful thing, you just have to actually use it. And this is the part where I'm like, I'm not the only one who's going to be spellcasting today. Please.
That's all
I
do.
kind of caught what he was going for.
As you are working on this, you actually do feel what feels like leaves brushing up against your side. You turn and look, and Dryad is standing next to you. And she goes, I have a vendetta against him. Let me face him.
Where's that? Oh, right.
Mason.
We're gonna have to spread out all the.
Mason, we just gotta put you in the pungeon.
Oh, he's in it. He's in it.
He lives
No,
there.
you're not.
Yeah,
You're not getting what I'm saying.
He was born in the pungeon.
Okay, if I use a trinket, do I have to make a concentration on that spell?
You do.
Okay.
Wait, I'm sorry. You mean if you use one of the summons?
Yes.
What does... Okay, because I did actually change the wording of the spells slightly when I made them for the...
For Dryad?
Yes. So sometimes they will say your concentration, and some of them do say Dryad's concentration, or the concentration of the summoner, or the concentration of the elemental.
It doesn't say anything about the concentration in your description.
Then I think I made it not require concentration if it's done by Dryad.
Okay, good. And then at that point, I'll be like, I understand your vendetta, but but I know we can clear out most of his forces and stop the city from being damaged.
Persuasion. Wow.
Sorry, 21 plus something. I don't have a plus 4.
Okay. She looks very torn at this. She goes, fine.
I know.
Very well.
All of it.
Right at the entrance,
I forgot one of my bets.
do your stuff.
That's not even
Alright, what spell do you want her to cast?
The only spell she has, Wrath of Nature.
Wrath of Nature?
Yes.
Okay.
And he said we use all options with that one. So all of that area becomes difficult terrain, and every enemy that starts their turn within 10 feet of a tree within that area, which I'm assuming is everyone, makes a dexterity saving throw or take 46 slashing damage.
Okay.
At the end of each of the turns, one creature by choice on the ground he might succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained.
Guess I should.
So that's one of the captains of that unit, whatever that is. And rock, as a bonus action on the turn, I can throw a rock at somebody.
Okay. Alright, so let's start with those dexterity saving throws. We got a natural 1, we got a 2, an 11, and a 15.
By the way, that is within a 60-foot cube.
A 60-foot cube, okay. And I assume you're casting this kind of right dead center of the army?
Yep.
Okay. Of the Western Force?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what you're trying to do is keep the gate from breaking.
Yep.
Okay.
I station my dwarves behind the gate.
Hmm?
I station my dwarves behind the gate.
Okay. You sure about that?
Yeah, he ain't good up on the walls. I have done a box to see over. He ain't gonna see anything.
Aye. Alright.
Besides, what do you have to watch?
God, Mason,
What he say?
everything he
Guitar
says.
there, and he can really rock.
If I can get some orange juice, I can concentrate. Get this man some gloves so he can be boxed in.
Anyway, you still have some rolls, saves to roll?
Yes.
There's not enough orange juice for Mason to concentrate.
So then on the strength saving throws, which were for,
Everybody.
and
Oh
that,
wait, sorry. Strength saving throw is for one target,
okay,
which will be whatever their commander is.
okay. That came up as an 8.
So it fails. It is restrained. Also, everybody within that radius takes 15 points of slashing damage if they fail.
Okay. What was the DC on that first one?
Every one of these will be using my save DC, so that is 8 plus 4 plus 3 is 15 plus whatever modifier I have for my magical stuff, which is...
They all failed.
Okay, cool.
The highest rolled a 15.
We're good then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're all taking 15.
Okay. All right.
Well, that's good to know.
Okay. They all take 15, and then you said the strength saving throw was
for
being restrained.
Yeah, for the captain.
Okay. Which failed. So he was restrained. All of those zombies took 15 slashing damage, you said?
Yes.
And
Does that kill them all?
it does not, but it does take all of them to looking pretty rough.
Also gonna go ahead and use the other action to, like, as a bonus action I get to fling a big old rock at him.
Okay.
And I'll do it as a restrained person, so
Okay.
I get advantage to attack because it's restrained.
Okay.
Over 20.
Okay.
And so it will take 12 non-magical bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And it must succeed on a strength saving throw or fall.
It did not succeed on that.
So it is prone, it is unable to move, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and dexterity saving throws,
Okay.
etc., etc., etc. Like, I don't know if you know the restraint condition, so I'll just pull it up.
For restrained,
Yes.
speed becomes 0, can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. The creature has disadvantage on dex saving throws.
Yes. And it is prone.
All right. All right, so he's looking pretty rough.
Yes.
Not as rough as the others, but yeah. And at this point, you guys do notice that Thanatos begins to float forward towards the gate just a bit. Continues moving steadily.
Is anybody riding our fluffy pet?
That is a good question. Would you like to be?
Sure. If I am, I would like to ask to have some of the.
What was that, Ari?
Girl.
Oh, okay. She'll be right
Sorry
back.
about
Okay.
that. I didn't mean to interrupt. I was going to wait. I sent a message.
I see it. No worries. Go ahead.
If I'm going to be riding.
Okay, I will be back. I have a baby 30-day-old kitten, and she just reported a hungry. I'm going to go mix up some formula and be right back.
Okay.
I was riding a dragon thing, and I was about to ask, can I have some of your fire juice, please? I make it that awkward.
I think Quota's the only one that has it left. So I used mine.
I asked
Okay.
Quota.
What fire juice?
Alchemical,
Fire.
yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. Does Quota give Reese the fire juice? I imagine he probably does, but...
So my plan out of character is just to drop some on the zombies.
Gotcha.
Any objections? Any...
No, go ahead.
Okay. So does Quota give me that?
Yes.
So I intend to ride up and then dive on and just drop it on. I'm assuming they're like moving, like it's not there's not a lot of distance between them, so.
Correct.
Okay, so it shouldn't be that hard to hit somewhere along the mass of zombies.
Okay. And so are you aiming for the ones that just got lashed everywhere by Dryad's
Yeah,
attack?
might as well poke.
Okay, so it is technically a attack roll, but if you're saying you just drop it on,
it's gonna hit something.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So it's gonna hit 1d4 damage at the start of each of its turns.
Right.
That
Also, it's actually fire, so if it wants to captivate the shrubbery, it can.
that includes this turn, right?
Yes.
2.
Okay. So the fire, so they do begin to catch fire and spread a bit. Some of them start kind of falling over as they're trying to deal with the fire, and they end up spreading it to others.
It requires an action to try to put it out.
Okay, but
Just let you know.
yeah, I'm just pointing out that you see them start to attempt to do this, but in doing so, they end up spreading it to others. So, cool. Get those numbers done, or else you won't be able to finish your quota. Mason. Anyway. And so at this point, Thanatos does notice the. Hang on. Thanatos does notice Flammy, kind of looks up, but it's about this point that he seems to be, or she, seems to be nearing within about 60 feet of the gate.
6 feet.
Question. Did we end up with any ballistas?
None were ever mentioned, but...
It would be part of the city's defense.
Hmm?
It would probably be part of the city's defense because they do have a river right next to the capital.
Yeah, I'm gonna say there's several.
Do you roll for the people doing it, or like do we, or how does that work out? Or is it just
He already
happening
heard this.
thematically?
I think he should.
Yeah.
Or you could just use mass combat rules
Yeah.
and be done with it.
Any of those would work for me.
Okay. Well, as you're starting to Chromature, that's a good question.
I mean,
Mechanically, no. Mechanically, no.
So, yeah, ballistas are 3d10 damage.
Okay. To a single target?
Yes, it's an attack roll.
Okay. Okay. But at this point, as the ballistas fire and begin to take out a lot of the zombies, a lot of the area immediately surrounding the gate does seem to be cleared. But as Thanatos crosses the 60-foot point, she reaches up and begins to cast a spell with one hand.
Counterspell. Counterspell.
What level?
3rd.
Make a roll?
Of course. Do I get my Tide to Chaos back?
Yes, you do.
Cool. I'm gonna roll that first. 22.
22.
in the universe.
And I'm able to use Tide to Chaos for this roll. Am I able to use Tide to Chaos since I got it back by casting the spell?
No.
Okay. Natural 1.
Oof.
That dice is going to jail. For sure.
Okay. So you're not quite able to interrupt the spell.
But
She seems to have had this one ready for a little while and reaches forward and casts Disintegrate on the gate. And it's just gone.
So what's the Tides of Chaos result?
22 on the Tide of
Yep.
Chaos. You feel as if luck is on your side and your next spell will certainly succeed.
Oh!
Creatures have disadvantage on saving throws against the next spell you cast in the next minute that involves a saving throw.
It doesn't count for this spell, I'm assuming.
Huh?
I'm assuming it doesn't count for this.
Probably not.
Yeah, that would be a backtrack on that. Just see the gate start to dissolve and re-solidify.
But the dwarves, you're pretty sure you see them shit themselves.
Oh, that's what that smell is.
Any orders?
Get your nuts out of your purse.
Fully hear what's happening. No one's died yet, but the main gate just got poofed. Yes. And at this point, Luca informs you that it would probably be a good idea to fall back to where it was planned to face Thanatos head on.
That's fine. Can I use Mendo?
Sure. You may.
So which option are you using? Are you using Scorching Ray or Investiture of Fire?
I was going to go with Scorching Ray.
Cool. So 7 attack rolls using your spellcasting stat, which would be plus 4 to hit.
7. I think you're 4.
And who are you making those attack rolls on?
Mentos.
Okay.
Alright, so 7 rolls of d20 plus 4.
It's the second level.
Can I roll some d20s?
So it's third, fourth, fifth.
I can't wait if I need to that much. I can search through all of them.
Yeah, 3.
God. You get one additional for each level. You get one additional for each level.
Oh, yeah.
So,
That makes sense.
so that's how
Well,
4.
actually, you've got 5.
Double.
No, you've got 7.
So they scorching ray.
And then we'll under the couch.
I usually don't get
I've
to
got
play my
that.
own character, so I don't get to go above the minimum requirement of plus
So I have to cast it right now. Being a while. So I'm gonna get 2 spots.
Here, I need you to.
That's why I have. Oh, that.
No.
I have.
Any modifier to that?
So it's plus 4.
Okay.
Assuming that he has to use Charisma, unless he has a better stat.
Okay, it's turning me down.
What's your Wisdom and Intelligence modifier?
To be honest, you just need the first one, so.
The total damage is 30
That's right.
damage.
Alarms for going to break.
2d12. I mean, even that
He
one.
actually has a better Wisdom score. Can you use that? What do you have a better Wisdom than?
I don't know!
Whatever your spellcasting modifier normally would be
Okay.
for Paladin.
Yeah, but his normal spellcasting modifier is worse than Wisdom.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Also plus 4.
So plus 4 then.
Yes.
All right. One of them hits.
So 2d6.
What were the rolls?
Huh?
What were the roll numbers?
I've moved a few of the dice already.
What was the highest one?
Huh?
What was the highest one?
The highest one was
Natural 20.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
that,
that's 20. Then it's 2. Then you crit 3.
so it should be 46.
Yeah.
6 hits.
Okay. All right.
You should roll 2 more. If it's crit, you should roll 2 more.
So how much damage total?
So far it's
You said 6 and 3, and then
6, 5.
so that's 20. 25.
20 fire damage. Okay.
It's not bad. Not bad at all.
All right.
Is that like continuously burning or?
No, it's
Yeah.
literally just instant fire one time.
Yeah, it's like laser burn.
The big thing is it fires multiple. It's magic missile, essentially. Yeah,
Just
just
no
without
guaranteed
auto
hits.
hits. Yeah,
Right.
which is really annoying because
So I mean,
it's a high level spell.
one critted and did 20 damage. If all 7 of those had hit, that's pretty serious.
Oh yeah,
That's
So-
not close to game over for Thanatos.
no,
No.
No.
definitely not.
Okay. And it definitely he definitely sees it and notices Salamando begins to reach to cast something, but Salamando vanishes before Thanatos can get a spell off. The dwarves begin to back away and fall back.
That's fine. I told them to regroup with the others.
Regroup with the others, okay.
Yeah.
They head off into the city to battle any zombies that may have broken through around the other gates. And
And that's it for Salamander provided. That's it for Salamander
Yes.
provided.
yeah.
Yes.
So as you guys then head back towards the city square, which was kind of the area intended for this main fight to go down. Anything that you... Yes?
Question: Where is the king out here, like leading the troops, or is he just letting his generals do the thing?
He is not out here personally.
He ain't the king of Rome.
Or at least he's not close by. He's not down in the action.
He's probably in the crypts.
You don't know where he is at the moment, but you feel like he's probably watching somewhere.
So,
What's up, Quota? Slay them all.
Working on it.
I believe you haven't acted yet.
Anything that you guys would like to do real quick before Thanatos reaches the square?
You mean besides all of the Wrath of Nature stuff going on already?
Besides everything else, you have a few seconds.
Okay.
I'm giving you a chance
A
to
second.
do anything if you...
Gotcha. So if the second round starts, then the Wrath of Nature would go off again. Automatically. Everything within range would
Okay.
need to make a dexterity saving throw, which is within Thanatos' range because it's 60 foot cube.
Okay.
$16 damage if they fail.
Okay. And half as much if they pass, or
Yes.
none if they pass? Okay.
Half if they pass.
Okay. Alright, Thanatos does pass the saving throw. What was the DC one more time?
15.
15, okay. Some of the other zombies do pass, but it's... the halved damage still does finish them off.
Cool.
There are
Bonus,
several who fail as well, but yeah.
bonus action attack Thanatos with a rock
Okay,
and use Tide to Chaos.
we're going quota mode here. Throw a rock at him.
Does a 13 hit?
It does not.
So the rock just misses.
Yeah. Oh well. Let me go ahead and look at my spells.
I mean, if I was Thanatos and I got
The rock looks like it's on target, and she just... Whoa, what were you gonna say?
no, I feel like if I was Thanatos and I got hit by the rock, it would like shatter my self-worth. Like,
Demoralizing.
call off the attack. I need a bag.
Is it just Thanatos in that area now?
It is just Thanatos who has so far managed to actually cross the gates into the city.
Okay. Fireball right at Thanatos.
Okay. Let's see, and it's just
I know, thank you.
Dex save, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And it has disadvantage because of my Tide to Chaos.
Fail.
Cool. So it's taking.
You rolled a 2.
Cool. Someone hand me 46.
I'm rubbing off on you.
Here's 2.
Cool.
It's a good thing it was disadvantaged because the other
What do
one
we
was a
need?
17.
One more d6.
Here, you.
I got one. Thank you.
How do I have more?
I'm gonna go ahead and
Mine
spend
rolled a 1!
I'm gonna spend I am spending a sorcery point to reroll up to 4 dice.
Okay.
What again?
Seriously, you are
I'm
cursed,
rerolling
man.
that one. 3, cool.
Okay.
So 1, 6, 11, 17, 23, 27, 20, 33.
Roll D12.
Which these are yours? And then, so 33 damage to him.
33?
Yes.
Alright.
Not to mention Tides of Chaos can also come back.
And it does.
Cool. Go ahead and roll a different set this time, make it more fun and colorful.
Yeah,
81.
81. You cast animate objects on 1d10 random objects within range that are not being...
those bits!
Hey, thank you so much for the bits quota.
7 random objects.
7 random objects that are not being worn or carried. For each object, roll a d20. On an even, the object will take orders from and fight for you. On an odd roll, the object cannot be tamed and will fight whatever creature is nearest.
Either works.
Okay,
Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to...
I have a whole bunch of D20.
Okay, let me just lay this out. I'm going to have my hands full just with Thanatos.
You do know the mass combat rules, right?
No,
Okay.
it's a single target fight. I'm gonna have my hands full just with Thanatos, and you can control the objects if you wish.
Thank you.
For an odd, I'm going to say they just don't come to life.
So cast on 7 random objects within range?
Yes.
What size are those objects?
I have my D20s.
Medium.
Medium? Okay.
So that's a roll.
Like a barrel,
Got
a crate, things like that.
Cool. Can I borrow somebody's CMG?
Do what?
So 3 of them did.
3 of them don't follow me?
Yeah,
Okay.
we have 4 though.
Cool.
There you go.
What's great is
And they'll fight with other creatures nearest. What's the nearest creature to these
I'm
things?
siphoning all the negative energy.
Yeah.
My assumption is Thanatos.
No, right now it's actually you guys.
Oh, shit. Why would you do that to us?
3 just don't come alive.
Yes, I'm saying that the ones that fight whatever creature is nearest, those just don't come alive.
Gotcha.
So only the ones that would be fighting for you are
Yeah,
coming
so
alive,
it's only 4.
and you can control them.
Gotcha.
Because I don't feel like that.
I got you.
Yeah, there's only 4 of them down.
It would be our luck that if they did come alive and fought against us, they'd be what kill us.
Master.
And then kill Arya first.
No, I'd probably just trip and break my neck or something.
You got Butch to like.
Yeah.
He'll go stub into a bit.
God, that was hilarious.
That was.
I still blame Coda for this.
He wasn't even quota then, he was Dende. Yeah.
Oh, hey, another D4.
Alright.
Yeah.
Damage. Mob attacks. Here we go. Cool. That's a D. Do you know his AC yet?
I threw a
You
gun.
don't.
I hit a 19.
Okay.
Whenever I threw the fire.
Gotcha.
Is that miss?
No, it hit him.
Then in that case,
It's probably 15.
I will have to ask you
Lower.
if the creature has a plus. Sorry, this is the part where.
That makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
No?
No, it doesn't, James.
For a boss, yeah.
No.
Maybe higher?
Okay,
What?
A 19 for AC
so plus 5.
A 19 would hit.
with no modifier. Well, he's saying like a 19 would be the lowest we could roll for a hit.
No, you can roll it. Like, with a 20 even. After modifiers hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. So at least one of them will hit, but let me
Have a
know.
quick TLDR. Quick TLDR, Ari, is Thanatos breached the gate and the party is regrouping in the town square.
Alright. I'll learn later if his AC is 18 or lower,
Okay.
and that will help me with this.
So at this point, as everyone gathers up and Thanatos begins to approach, tell me where you would like to be on the map.
Oh, cool.
I stand
Up on one of the things.
I'm in the center
Up on one of the
in the
things.
air.
You're up on one of these buildings?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in the center in the air. Have my broom between my legs just in case.
Okay, you're in the center.
Alright, Donnie, you got 2 people to control.
Sage Luca, let me know where
Technically,
you
I've got
want
a
to
small
be.
army to control.
No, you don't.
I have the other dwarves.
No, they're fighting their own thing. They're not even dealing with us.
Can Reese use her dragon landing? Which is basically just her jumping off of the dragon onto something.
Yes. When that time comes,
Okay.
yeah. Where are you going to be? Also, Sage Luca and Oathmeal and, okay, next to Quota, wherever Quota happens to be.
Decide that, Donnie.
Which way is Thanatos coming from?
Thanatos is coming from the west.
Oh,
In
and I
fact,
forgot to resolve
so
there's his token.
Alright.
No,
so,
yeah, that was the type of chaos.
Yeah.
Me and
Those are
Quote will be
right. Yeah.
like on either side of those buildings right there.
So here and here.
Yeah.
Okay. Chromature, you good with your location on Sage Luca here? So everything is over. Show them the thing I sent you on Discord 2 weeks ago, I think it was. Will do.
Oh, do we need to roll initiative now?
Lanfear, where would you like to be?
Between Quota and Alter. Between them.
Okay. So Chroma, you want Luca to be front and center here?
I mean, she's a badass, but...
Do we need to roll initiative?
Yes, it is time to roll initiative.
Alright, badasses. We got weapons of warning, so...
Oh yeah, we do.
What's that mean?
If you have a weapon of warning, it means you have advantage on your initiative.
Do I have one of those?
I don't think
17.
you did.
You do not.
That's a bit unfair to me.
Mikey does, though.
I guess that's 2d20s for initiative.
Yes,
For-
take the higher.
And then plus whatever Mikey's initiative is.
Okay, Elsinore, you rolled what, 20?
17.
17. Okay.
I rolled a 21.
21.
So Mikey's is 12.
Quota rolls 12.
Those were some bad rolls.
Yeah.
You think so? Can I re-roll on this one?
You rolled a natural one?
No. Almost.
It's fine, what do you got? Okay.
And
Why did these not take?
Cycle through.
Sorry, I need those numbers again, guys.
17.
Some of these didn't. There. Malfrain, what was yours? 4?
yeah.
Okay. Bernard?
21.
21. Quota?
12.
Reese?
20.
Oh, sorry. 23. I forgot my staff swarming against that. It sounds special, but it gives us plus 2 to initiative.
Okay. Doesn't actually change the order. Alright. And I already have Lanfear's initiative. Lanfear, I need your location on the map, please.
Sorry, mine's fine. Mine's fine. Doesn't change.
Say what?
So the
That's
change.
like 3 times mission.
That is 3.
Yeah. Can she just fight Thanatos by herself?
Lanfear, I need your location on the map. Where would you like to be?
Figure what I want to do. Well, yeah, that's obvious.
Does Lanfear have the ability to fly?
She does not. Okay. Oh.
I wonder if we could have somehow ambushed them.
She is muted.
She's muted.
Okay.
Wonder if she remembers she's muted.
Lanfear, you are muted on Discord, by the way.
Hi, what's up?
Welcome back. All right, I need your location on the map. Where do you want to be?
Can they see it?
Okay.
Guess it would help if I put it up on the screen.
Yes, please. Yes, I can't see the map, and I can't. I'm not in roll 20. I am in roll 20, but I think I need to be re-involved.
Okay. Click the link I sent you earlier.
Just refresh.
Or just refresh, William is saying.
Got it. Yeah.
You should be able
It
to...
says test.
Yes. Yes, the campaign name is Test. Because I wasn't planning to actually use it. But you should be able to control Lanfear and Oathmeal now.
This would be pretty clever for the rest of them. This would be pretty clever for the
I
rest of
probably will be using this for my campaign though, because I don't want to bring a map and draw it out.
Oh yeah, I totally understand.
Why did you choose to go Saturdays? Could you?
Because I have to work.
And it sucks you can't join my kids. I can't.
Well, you can't.
But I can.
Oh, we can see his HP. Cool.
I didn't mean for you to be able to, but it's, Roll20's not made for being played in this way. So.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'd have to have it on ours for us to not be able to.
Correct.
Right. Yeah, it's not really made to be a presentation software.
Resend the link. Because I am clicking the links that you sent me, but I'm honestly just getting a blank screen.
Oh, you forgot to.
You moved
She,
into the
she
right.
was in earlier.
She's in your page, but you haven't sent this to the players. You're on the DM layer.
No, I'm not.
Yeah. So you have to drag the. You know, it says players, the red banner.
Oh, okay.
Drag it to. Yeah. There we go.
Can you see it now?
Can you see it now?
Can you hear me now?
Can you move it now?
Yes. Oh, yes. I mean, well,
Sorry about that. I have never used Roll20 on the GM side before.
Gotcha.
that is totally fine. Woo.
Should have thought about that. Yes. So.
Okay, once the map comes in, I will let you know where I want to stand.
Just scroll down. It starts off looking white. scroll down and zoom out a little bit.
I think if you hold down shift and then hold down left click, it'll bring everyone, So now all the players are brought to that location on their
Let's
screen.
see.
You able to see
Yes,
now?
excellent. Oatmeal, good. She's not in the studio right now because she's doing her heroic hero thing, and she took her your flying out with her. Let's see. Lancer would probably be a little bit closer to it too. Alright, who's the weakest of the bunch right now?
Either wise me, for sure.
Yeah, either this guy or this guy.
Hey, I managed to stay alive. I don't know how.
You were almost killed.
I guess I meant the weakest of the party members?
They are party members.
Wait a minute. How come they don't have names in the...
Shape
Should be visible. I don't know.
I'm sorry. Okay, no, I don't want to stress you. Please put me with the one you currently have selected. And which one is that one again?
That's Bernard. He is floating on a flying broom above a fountain.
Which I don't know why you'd want to be near him. He's near water.
Air support. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna be near you.
Yeah. To be fair, everybody has a flying mount except Lanfear.
Yeah.
How does that work out?
Because she doesn't
Was that a bad idea?
No, it's fine. I'm just surprised Lanfear doesn't have any magic items.
My sister took it!
Gotcha.
Alright. Okay, sorry for the delay, guys. I think we're finally ready to get underway. So,
Yes.
Bernard, you're up first.
Okay.
As Thanatos is floating down this narrow street towards the square.
Okay, so those objects move closer to him, and then attack if they can.
Okay. Yeah, they can.
Okay, since I'm using mob rules, with a +5, does a 12 hit? So
It does not.
12 plus 5 is 17.
Oh, okay. 17 just hits. There
Okay.
you go. Now
So-
you know his AC.
Cool.
Oh, we got this.
So I'm gonna go ahead and roll 46 plus 2.
Okay.
That's because with mob rules, instead of actually rolling, you just abstract.
Okay.
6, 5, 6, 7, 12, 18 damage.
18 damage?
Yes.
Alright.
And then for my main action, I'm gonna go ahead and attack him with fireballs
Okay.
using Tides of Chaos.
And he's got the thing where his attack hits.
No.
Really?
You haven't used that yet. And you had that from your wild magic from the previous
No, that was the fireball.
Yeah.
No, actually, he is. Oh,
Fireball.
the fireball. Yeah, consumed that.
Okay. Yeah.
Also says they have disadvantage on a check instead of auto hit. So, over 20 hits,
Yes, it does.
and he's gonna take. What was that die? This was the die, right? No, this one was. 6 damage.
6 damage.
Yes. Damn. I really need.
All right, Reese, you're up.
And then I'll go ahead and move over to where I'm close, like northwest. Like towards that building.
Okay. Like about in here.
I was trying to stay within 60 feet, so.
You do have a flying speed of 60 feet,
Yes.
right? So that was.
Okay, so you see that circle with a ruler on it?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get to.
So use that on Thanatos. Okay, so just move me to the Brown's square on my 9 o'clock. Sorry, 10 o'clock, my bad. I'm getting my clocks all.
Okay. Somewhere in here?
Yep.
Okay. You want to be floating up above this building?
Yeah.
All right.
Staying within 60 feet of Phantom's.
Okay. So at this point, you are...
Good.
Okay. Reese?
Out of character, we don't have any kind of clever plan, right? Can I just get in there and start attacking?
Yeah.
Get in there and start messing things up.
Okay.
We've got summons too.
Ooh, does Reese have summons?
The summons are party-wide. Because they were like individual person, but then Male was out like forever and hasn't come back, so they're just party-wide. So
I guess Reese would just let other people handle that.
That's why you've got the summons, so you can do an action instead of them and get it all done.
it does take an action to summon.
Yeah. But his action versus their action is my logic.
Okay, so I don't remember.
The summons.
What can I summon right now?
You can summon pretty much anyone except Dryad and Salamando.
Right. Dryad and Salamando have been used.
Do we have like?
They are in the Discord under supplemental materials.
You were wanting to use Dragon Landing earlier, though.
Yeah, so I'll do that this turn, and then next turn I'll do some kind of.
Okay.
The Dragon Landing allows you to come within range.
So essentially, the enemy needs to take a DC 16 strength check.
Okay. Strength check or strength saving
Well,
throw?
it says check, but it's probably saving throw, yeah.
Okay. He's gonna fail.
Okay. So on a failure, the creature falls prone and takes an additional 1d6 damage. So I'm going to roll 6.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. It doesn't matter right now. Like, I could have potentially restrained him at the end of the turn because the Wrath of Nature triggers at the end of the turn, not at the beginning. But
Say again, Harry?
too many actions. Like, I could have just
I
restrained.
was missing the sewing job. Her struck again.
Oh.
I also have multi-attack, so I'm going to make my next attack. Question, do I get some kind of advantage because he's prone now?
Yes, if you're doing a melee attack, you have advantage when he's prone.
So
So did the initial attack not do... It had damage, didn't it?
I rolled 5.
5 damage?
And
Okay.
that's an additional d6 on top of whatever the jump was.
Can I make an attack? Oh, that's what the d6 was for, right? So I rolled
No, the
5.
d6 it says was on top of it.
Okay.
So d6 plus whatever, it's a weapon attack, right?
Oh, so I just make a normal pike attack
So
first?
you make a normal pipe attack with plus 1d6.
So 18 plus 4, that's it.
Well, you do the damage.
So damage is, let's see, 1d10 plus 4. So 8d10. There we go. 8 plus 4, that's 12.
Yep.
Okay.
Plus 5.
Plus the 5
Plus
already.
So
17 damage?
Yes.
first attack, yep.
That's the first attack.
Okay. I'm going to start my second.
Okay.
Good thing I have advantage. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Hits.
That's it. Okay, another d10 plus 4. 10, 14.
14 damage?
Yep.
Okay.
Can you get a third attack?
Yes and no. So I'm going to use my action surge
All right.
to get that third attack.
You can also use one of the summons with the action surge if you wish.
Dude, the problem is I have to read now.
Yeah.
I already knew what.
Well, I mean, just for the sake of expediency, do you have any suggestions?
Lightning bolts.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do on mine.
Let's go with that.
So basically, you can rearrange yourself to where you do it just in the line, go through the alley.
Basically.
Dex saving throw with disadvantage because he's prone. Versus your casting modifier, which, since you're not
Came out to a 14.
Yeah, Reese isn't cast or.
Okay, so what's your highest out of intelligence, charisma, or wisdom?
Intelligence +2.
+2 +3 is 13. So Thanatos saves. So half damage of 86.
86?
Yes.
I got it.
You got 8?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, just roll 8. Here we go!
They intentionally made those spells slightly better than average.
16.
21, 24.
31 damage.
Huh?
31 damage.
Okay, so that'll be halved to 15 because he is resistant to lightning.
And half again because of this.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought the 31 was after the half. Sorry.
No, that was total damage. So,
Yeah, that would have been weird.
7.
Okay. Okay. However, your physical attacks, how much damage did they do?
14 plus.
I did my wrestling.
the fight for the second one was 14.
It was 14?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the other one was 17.
Yeah, because
the
it
first
had
one
the
was
extra.
17.
Yeah.
And his pike was 14.
Okay.
31 total.
31. I have to add that back, I'm sorry. Because he is immune to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, slashing.
Okay, then those animated objects don't do jack shit. Actually, no, I can give a different kind of command, so that's cool. You can put magic powers.
Alright, but you were in melee range making these attacks, and then you did your lightning, that did hit. It got halved and halved again, but it did work. Any further
It's like
movement?
a basic thing.
Then you can do
Question. Since he is prone, does he still get an attack of opportunity?
Yes, but it's at disadvantage.
Okay, I would like to GTFO.
Right?
I'm saying the bolts might give you
Move
advantage.
that way.
You would already have advantage from being within melee range.
Down the alley.
Well, I'm saying like normal.
Okay, to the west.
Yep, you said.
Okay.
If it wasn't prone.
Will he smite the spell?
So how, wait.
Is he smite the spell? Or is that
Each of those
How
is
far are
5
you
feet,
going?
right? Okay.
Yes.
So, yeah, I guess 30 feet. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you're thinking of Divine Smite. Divine Smite just adds D8. Divine Smite. You deal 2d8 plus
Thank you,
1d8
Stamped. I forget that I have
level
moderators.
after first. And then an extra d8 if it's finger undead.
Divine Smite.
Divine Smite is just a character ability. You have it. Every paladin has it.
Cool. I think we'll use it.
Cool. Yeah.
Hollow tails. Hollow tails.
You can do that.
Technically, that should be a key trip for the paladin trip.
Now, its resource is you sacrifice the spell slot. So instead of actually casting a spell, you just
Yeah, that's fine, man.
Smack.
Dumb
Smack.
amount of spells.
Yes.
So, is there like a higher level version?
Okay.
You can spend higher level spell slots to do more damage.
Okay.
So 2d8 base plus 1d8 because he's an undead. Plus
Okay.
1d8 per level. So up to 48.
Okay, so like if I was to use a second level spell.
Did you roll?
Yep.
Oh,
48.
No.
Rolled with disadvantage and both rolls came out the same.
So you don't get hit.
I am assuming.
So vengeance.
No, they both were the same.
Oh.
I am assuming a 23 hits you.
yep.
Okay.
Fine.
So you don't get to move because
Oh, that's cool.
his melee attack is a paralyzing touch.
Automatically gain.
So
advantage against
whose turn?
You're paralyzed for 1 minute. Sorry, DC 18 con saving throw,
Okay, bonus action is just.
or be paralyzed for 1 minute.
I mean, let's be honest. It's gonna be.
It's like,
All right.
yeah, bonus action.
So you escape the paralysis. You do manage to make your move. You do take. Thank you for the dice.
Question.
You do take 12 cold damage.
Oh yeah, everybody within 10 feet is plus 2.
Yeah, that's why I'm not even worried.
Question.
Yeah, plus 1.
Could I have, instead of moving 13 feet away, gotten up on the building?
Probably.
Can I do that instead? Okay, second question. If I'm up on a building, can I do a wrestler move and basically leap down again?
So you're hopping from the ground towards the building.
I'm climbing it and
And then
basically,
you're jumping back at Thanatos,
yeah.
right? Is that what
I'm
we're going
lucid
for?
right now.
Well, I mean, but that would be moving back. You would be jumping at him, but you wouldn't really be doing anything because you don't have any actions left.
No, not this turn. I'm preparing for next
Yes.
turn.
Yes.
Just a warning, you probably know by now he's immune to non-magical damage.
But we have a plan.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, there's something gonna happen.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right. So with that, Elsinore, you're up.
I'm gonna cast Lumina, or something,
Lumina.
Holy weapon?
and do Holy Weapon on Reese's fight.
Okay.
If we die.
Holy weapon. You heal the weapon with magic, 30 feet light, 30 feet dim. It deals an extra 2d8 radiant damage on hit. Counts as magical, and as a bonus action on your turn, you can dismiss the spell and cause the weapon to emit a burst of radiance. Each creature of your choice that can see it within 30 feet makes a con saving throw. On a fail, they take 48 radiant damage and is blinded.
Ooh, blended.
Half on a success, not blinded.
Okay.
Let's do some
That's if you use your action to burst it.
My dad.
See, I gotta feel you're gonna become a Loki.
Okay. So you summon
I am
Lumina,
Loki.
and she does cast this on Reese, and she does not go away. So first of all, it probably hurts you like hell to summon Lumina because she's all this bright, radiant light. But she decides to just stick right here, right by your side.
At least it's not night, so it doesn't impede my vision.
Is it dusk?
Hey, what time of day is this?
It is daytime.
Okay, good. Whew.
Weird. A zombie army attacking during the day.
In D&D,
that goes
that happens.
against zombie
It's-
lore.
In D&D, it's whatever the DM says.
Fair enough.
Thanatos does not give a shit.
He's like, I'm all powerful.
By the way, you still have a bonus
It's
action.
dark. It is like darkly cloudy and everything, but
Probably. Okay, so we're pulling a Night King here, where he brings the storm.
You still have a bonus action. Would you like to cast Hex?
Yes.
Cool.
I actually think about it. I was like, oh
I
yeah.
love that satisfactory yes.
Okay. Choose one ability.
Huh?
Choose one ability. It has disadvantage on ability checks, which means skill rolls. You probably want to do strength at that point.
Yes. My plan, that's gonna work.
Well, fireball helps with that, with Dex.
Well, it doesn't count saving throws.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just ability checks.
Yeah, I'll do.
Stamp's got your back.
Yeah. Elsinore, you got this.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it on strength.
Just a heads up, Lanfear and Oathmeal, you're up next.
Alright.
Is there anything else for what you're doing? And there's no save on Hex, it just goes on?
He just goes on, yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for the heads up. I am ready.
How is the audio on your end, by the way? Is the audio balance good?
Did that what?
So,
Mine is a little bit delayed. The audio balance is pretty good.
Okay, cool.
So I'd expect it to be a little delayed because it has to go through the server.
Yeah, I was more asking about like the volume levels and stuff. Alright, so Lanfear, you're up.
third level, third or fourth level. If you make one concentration spell plus 2 hours.
Ruined their day.
Yeah.
172.
His level higher is
Yeah.
Oh, you're joking.
It's basically level 25.
I'm not gonna do it.
I'm sort of wise, but
God, screw it.
yeah.
I'd love to see what my HP is at as level 12.
So I am thinking it is time for my great axe.
Cool. Are they magical?
Shit, they're not.
Why does she not have any magical?
Technically are they? It just says slashing damage.
Okay, real talk. Why does she not have any magical?
Oh my god, no.
Because I didn't think of it.
I don't think it's time for the great axe just yet.
Okay, you know what? I'll say that she managed to procure
Plus
some
one weapon.
magical weapons because she is a weapons expert. And the whole city is basically offering up what it has.
Yeah. Basically a +1 weapon, so add 1 to damage and attack rolls too.
Yeah.
Unless you're saying, no, she can't have an uncommon weapon. She's got to have a common one.
Which requires that
Did you hear what William was just pointing out? With,
Yeah, plus 1 to what damage? He
To
disconnected my...
to all damage and attack rolls with that weapon.
False part.
And that's what happens. You can't actually heal him.
so +1 to all the rolls that you see on there.
Ooh, okay.
I forgot. This is actually.
Yes, they...
Oh, cool. They have
Well then, what can I throw? Or can I charge that far? Or maybe I can just body check one of you and...
Luther is a cat person, so I feel like I'm
Yeah, my speed is 30 feet, so, one tracker.
Yeah, so you can get to about here and probably chuck your javelins.
Let's try it. Alrighty, I'm gonna hop in front, let's do this.
Make your attack rolls.
Getting out my dice. Let's see, what do I got here?
I thought she was going to use the rolls.
Okay, first gonna roll to hit. Let's find out. You can hear a heavy thunk of some metal dice on wood. Get ready, it's exciting. And, that was
You cut out.
I heard 2 or 20.
Yeah.
I heard 2, 10, or 20. Or 12.
12.
Or 12.
Cool.
12 plus
That's
what?
that's after your modifier?
No, that's my wrong. Let me check my modifier. I'm getting used to this sheet really quick.
Does she have like a +10 to hit?
I don't remember. I do have it here, but
I have +2 to. Excuse me? What? Okay. So that would be 14.
+2 to hit?
no. She was looking at her dex.
She also has
Okay.
proficiency.
It's not a character sheet. It's a stat block.
Then you look at the attack column.
Yes.
Sorry.
Ooh, where?
All right. So yeah.
Athletics?
So you had the +8. All right. So 14 does not hit. Go ahead and make your other rolls though.
12 plus 8 is 20.
Oh wait.
12 plus 8 is 20.
Okay. Sorry.
Also, that does not include the +1 from the magic weapon.
So, you want me to
Okay,
make
so-
another roll? What am I rolling for?
Sorry, I brain fart. The first one did hit. Go ahead and make your other 3 attack rolls. You have multi-attack.
3.
Yes.
Why did you show up? You could just
I know.
kill Thanatos.
You almost did.
Oh,
If you
girl,
had
I
magic
like it.
weapon.
Okay. Should I go for a hit for all 3 of those, or am I just rolling to damage?
Go for hit for all 3, and we'll see how many hit.
You may get hit.
I'm sensing some anime BS here. It's gonna be like, this wasn't even me the whole
Right,
time.
and fuck.
That sounded
What's
good.
my modifier again? Cause
+9.
+9.
oh well, no, I mean it wasn't amazing. It's a 7 plus 9, so the name.
16 miss.
Just this.
Okay, so that just misses.
Just barely.
Next one. You got 2 more.
17. All right, add 9 to that. 26.
Yes.
Hit.
That's amazing.
So 2 hit.
Just needs an 8.
One more hit. One more attack.
My headphones went out. Did I hit? Oh, okay. Okay, that was the 8 plus 9, 17.
That's it.
Probably did it.
That did hit. Just hit.
So you got 3 hits.
All right. So roll the damage on the javelin 3 times.
We have.
That's
Tell me back
javelin
the
or
roll.
great axe?
Javelin.
Okay.
It looks like I got an 8. No, 1d6. Got it. Plus 5. Piercing damage plus 1.
Yeah. So 1d6 plus 6 for each hit.
Alrighty, first one was 7. Second one is 7. Third one is, come on, goddammit. Next one is 9.
9.
Yes, 7, 7, and 9.
All right. Good deal. So at this point,
You can change the turn order.
Just one.
At this point, Oathmeal appears behind Thanatos with an assassinate attack. So go ahead and roll that.
Ah, yes. Okay, let me open up her sheet. So, okay, she went from an assassinate. Let's see. Oh, advantage. Oh, yeah.
That may just feel awkward.
I get to roll twice, right?
Yes.
Roll-
Something.
I think those have
Yeah.
Roll twice, take the higher one.
Okay, first one was 17, the second one was 8. Okay, 17, what's my modifier?
You hit.
It's a hit. All right, so that was your modifier is a +9 to hit.
Oh yeah, you thought Oatmeal was nothing but a party girl, but no, she is a badass.
So roll damage with that magical dagger.
That's what up, Thanatos!
And I'm assuming you're using the rogue assassinate ability.
Yes.
So it's just max damage.
Wait, what did I hit her? Hit him with? Which one am I
No,
rolling
it's a
damage
crit.
for? I got a lot of
It's an
stuff.
auto crit.
A short sword? You probably can't assassinate close range with a crossbow.
Correct. So it is. So it's your short sword piercing
Arrow
damage.
stays there, nothing moves. Yeah.
It's your short sword piercing damage.
Really?
Still do some stuff. But think about
And
the pressure.
whatever it rolls, double it. Or is it no? You just
It's
roll it twice.
Short sword, double it,
Got it. Okay.
and then also add sneak attack.
How about this? I will roll, and then you do the math for me. I'm going to read the numbers to you. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, so that's
Let's do
one.
less
Yeah.
So is that
Rolling my d8 for piercing damage. Alright, I rolled a 2 plus 5 equals...
Okay, so 7. So we're going to double that.
It's up to you. Do you want to do more dice or just?
Okay, we're gonna call that 7 damage. Roll it again because it was a crit.
Okay, got it. Here we go. And that one is 3 plus 5, so it is...
And not just 3.
Okay.
You don't add the plus 5 twice.
Okay.
So 10 plus
I'm
sneak
sorry.
attack
I
times
think
2.
my dice are cursed too. I'm fine.
How many sneak attack dice does
Okay.
you have?
So that is minus 10 damage on that, and then also roll your sneak attack damage, which is 4d6.
Times 2. 8d6.
So make it 8d6. Would you like to just roll that in the chat?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll that in the chat. It'll be a little bit quicker. Let me figure out how to use this.
So you see the dice symbol on the left?
It's in the chat bar. Just type /roll, whatever the amount.
It's,
8d6.
Yeah. I think it's exclamation mark.
In our Discord, it's exclamation. But... she types, yeah, bitches.
I got it. I just rolled it. Oh, I didn't roll in the Discord. I rolled it in Roll20. I am a smart lady.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Okay, so 31. So Mishka is looking pretty rough here.
I mean, she's already dead. How rough did she look?
Any movement for Oathmeal?
Quota hasn't even done it.
I know.
Oh my god. If Quota gets the kill, it's gonna be so smug. Like, unbearable.
Oh yeah. And Donnie, you have to say his line.
I don't know what his line is.
It's in Discord, and he did type it. But it's in Discord for sure. I'll check it real quick. No, I think he sent it to me. But
I mean, I asked him if
Ari.
his whale was magical.
Any movement for
oh yeah, it
Oathmeal?
is. It is.
Okay, so
And Donna.
she's sunk in. She had a little fun sword thing. She probably would want you back away.
Go ahead and move her if you want.
I have no idea how to move that. Please move her for me.
Just click on her and then drag the icon.
Did you give her control?
Yes.
Uh,
All right.
Okay.
And you do not get an opportunity attack against you because Thanatos has already made one this round.
Against who?
me.
So at this point,
You got lucky.
Thanatos sees Lanfear and Sage Luca
Yeah.
and
And the four
Quota and
barrels.
Malthrain, huh?
And the 4 barrels around it.
And the barrels, sure, why not? She chuckles at the barrels. And
I want him to trip on them and die. Just die to barrels.
As I have my spell packet for Thanatos here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
So who's casting counterspell?
Oh, shit. Why is it centered on me?
Yeah. Luca, does she want to use the? You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna cast counterspell.
Thank you.
Go ahead and make the roll.
Yep. Is it higher than 3rd level?
It is.
That position myself where it is.
No. Tides of Chaos though comes back. Let's see what I rolled with that. 21.
Morning, whatever.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. These dice going home too.
Was 21 the animate objects, or was it something else?
Did something else.
21
Yes.
against.
No.
No. On his.
Oh, on the wild magic. Well, make your counterspell roll too.
I failed that one.
Oh, okay.
Damn it.
Oh, you
Forget how
got
to
it.
read and write any languages you know for 1d4 days.
Okay. Yeah.
Not even common.
Cool.
Does Luca try to counterspell as well?
I'm not sure. Let's see.
Yes.
She would if she could.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to counterspell anything he tries. Okay. Go ahead and roll it, Chromature.
What spell does he cast it as? What spell does he? What level does that one? Because there is a chance for it to not even need a roll.
Yes, I know. What level, Luca, are you rolling your counterspell? Or what level are you casting it at? Level 7.
Ooh.
That is not going to need a roll.
Thank you.
The spell he was casting was going to be 6th level.
Cool.
Yeah, that would have hurt.
Yes.
She says my dice hate you.
Oh,
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Do as much as you can.
Yeah, for leaving it. So I guess that's what I get for leaving it in the car.
We did well, Chromature.
So now it's Dryad's turn. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's come out.
Because those barrels will be getting an opportunity to attack when it moves.
So at this point, you guys do notice Dryad off in the corner between a few of the buildings.
I'm sure these are stalls. I mean, it is the town center. Usually they have a market there.
They're
Their
not so
battle.
bad.
Yeah, it's their battle or the NPCs here.
Yeah.
So, Dryad seems to have been channeling or casting something for a while, and she looks up at you, Elsinore, and she calls for the diamond.
Throw it at me.
As you throw it, it just begins to hover in the air and just spin slowly. And then she looks over at you, Bernard. She says, "Hold up the sword." So, at this point, Dryad starts casting something that begins to make this energy kind of coursing around her and everything. Thanatos takes notice, but he is not close enough at this point to do anything yet.
Yeah, counterspell.
Also, didn't he use his reaction?
Huh?
I believe he did.
Yeah.
So
It's the
he does try to run forward and try to do something to stop it as he begins to realize what Dryad is casting. But this energy, her body begins to dissipate into just glowing green energy. And the diamond takes a position just directly above the fountain, right about here. She starts to shoot towards this energy that Dryad has become, starts shooting towards the diamond, passing through it like a prism and into the Sword of Mana. It then shoots out the other side of the Sword of Mana in a golden light, and out of that light reaches a hand and grasps the sword by the hilt, presumably pushing your hand out of the way. And armor starts to click into place all around the hand, forming around it, going up the arm and forming a humanoid body. On her knees at first, but begins to slowly stand. And you guys, at first, as you see this blonde hair and everything, you kind of catch yourself thinking for a moment that the goddess of mana herself just stepped onto the field. But
I say,
as
it's about time, Mishka.
as she turns to face the rest of you, of course, you recognize her immediately. You're right there. She does glance over her shoulder at the rest of the party, and you guys do find yourselves face to face with Mishka. And there it should be. And we have the reveal of her character art. There you go.
Looks way too good to be you.
I mean, the similarity was uncanny. I don't know how you can't see it.
How can you mistake that?
I mean, the mustache and everything.
Or the lack thereof.
And at this point, Thanatos has kind of stepped forward a little bit and brought up a window.
I don't think they're seeing the map, are they?
No, they're not.
Oh, he's stepping forward?
Uh-oh.
Barrel's grab.
Say what?
Yes,
Barrel's attempt to grapple him.
Yes!
Well, they succeed because at that point,
Get barreled!
the body that Thanatos is inhabiting, looking up at Mishka. So you guys are seeing a very bizarre sight. You're seeing Mishka looking at Mishka. And one of them looks
Purplish.
very, very purplish and pale and looks like she has been through hell and has a weird third eye in her forehead.
And then the other one is Thanatos.
And then the other Mishka is looking a lot like you remember her,
I think it's
but without. She doesn't look tired or anything.
See, that's just unfair.
I think this is the part where the barrels try to grasp in and try to just hold the limbs together, forcing him.
And so they stare at each other for a long, awkward moment as the barrels begin attempting to grab at the other Mishka.
Go ahead and make the opposed athletics checks.
Not necessary.
Cool.
A greenish and then light pale blue aura begins to form around Thanatos / former Mishka. And then the body just collapses and falls limp.
Next form, yeah.
As
See, it wasn't his final form.
Damn it!
As Thanatos fully takes shape above the body, it says enough screwing around. I'll finish you all.
Could have stayed in the vessel. Where's my jar? I need a jar.
Oh god. Here's the first one. 8 plus 2, so
What are you doing?
10. Roll for initiative. It's average, you know?
Higher than me.
Because he rolled better.
Shut up!
10, you said? 10. Okay.
And then
Damn it, I'm getting so
Dryad
further
third.
down.
So, but Dryad, however, has spent a lot of her energy and does not appear to reform.
Dryad's the MVP. No matter what.
So, that ends Dryad's turn. Quota? Quota smash.
Yeah, quota smash
Rage.
with rage.
so it's
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Quota. So it's a plus.
I was using the flail.
Yeah, using
So it's 8 plus.
Plus the. He's got a flame brand, right?
Yeah, he's got the flame tongue. I don't remember all this.
Pretty sure he's using flame tongue then. Because
Flame tongue or flail.
so much better.
Well, he's disgusted by it though.
Yeah, but it's the final fight. Like, just disgusted doesn't mean
my
nice.
dice. Oh my.
Hey, Donnie, what'd you roll? What were-
Tens.
2 tens.
10 plus 8 is 18.
Yeah.
Hits.
So it's then 12.
So if it's flame tongue,
No.
Oh, sorry guys. One more thing. Mishka is now holding the Sword of Mana,
gotcha.
and it appears to be... Let's just actually show it. It is overcharged with energy.
It is over 9,000.
It is arcing with energy and surging. It appears to be at its full power.
So
There is-
a longsword.
There is
Yeah,
an
so-
aura
yeah.
coming from the Sword of Mana, which, where the hell is my phone?
Is it plus 4?
Donnie.
Okay, let's see what his magic play.
Donnie.
And manually use oil to attacks.
Donnie. Just
What?
roll a 1d8 plus 11. Otherwise, it's plus 12 if you roll it. If you roll the flail. You just roll a 1d8. This is either plus 11 or plus 12.
3.
So 14.
Okay.
You're using the flame tongue.
So there is a 20-foot aura around Mishka,
Gotcha.
which grants
Extra attack.
Which
no, you
grants
can't.
adva-
Easy raise.
advantage to saving throws against spells and other magical effects.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah.
In fact, I think.
Extra attack. Extra
Is Rishka
attack.
flying?
Say what? Mishka is not flying. She is standing on the building that you're perched on,
Gotcha.
or that you're floating above.
Gotcha. And I'll do something on my turn to help her out.
Okay.
Oh, you're barely in it, Donnie.
Yeah, notice.
Yeah.
By the way, I have a aura protect.
What does it do?
10 foot plus 1 to saving throws.
Jeez.
Okay.
That's nice.
All saving throws?
All saving throws.
Nice.
If his charisma modifier be higher, it's
Yeah, you can do 2, Donnie.
plus 3.
Okay.
You can do 2.
So the first one was what, 14?
14 for the first one. No, you have to roll two attacks. 2 attack turns.
He rolled 2 10s.
Oh, so yeah.
So you turn into 18.
Yeah.
So what do you roll for damage?
That was a 1.
So 12.
12 damage to
So
Thanatos. 12.
12 and 13. 12 and 14, so 26 total.
26 damage?
Yeah.
What damage type?
Magical.
Yeah, it's like 5. And then I don't know what they do for fire. For the fun tongue.
It's
Okay.
It's a flail, so it's not the flame.
Okay.
Oh, then that's you have to add one more.
Yeah.
So
That's-
it's
Is it a
40
plus 1 flail? I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's a plus 1.
So add an extra 2 to that, so 28. Because the flame tongue isn't a plus weapon, it's just a lot of extra.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like the flame tongue is like plus 2d6 fire damage every time you hit.
shooting lunch.
So then it's Mishka's turn.
Question.
Give me just a moment, guys.
Okay, so that's William. Delicious are undead, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Which means they're weak
Why
to
do
holy.
you need to do a magic circle system?
Magic circle takes a lot longer than you think.
Is it?
Yes, that's
Oh yeah, one minute. Never mind that.
Yeah. We're supposed to be having
Are you a 7th level caster?
7th level now.
Which is
I could do silence.
I don't.
So I have silence
Like,
prepared
it's
for
a
the person.
so you get extra damage.
I did another. So, yeah, magic circle was the last one again. Lesser restoration for my domain. Third level, sending, we can use it, revivify, no one's dead. Healing, dispel magic. Something.
What about first level?
First level, shield of faith.
Alright,
Yeah,
so
leather spikes.
Yeah, that'd be good.
did we finish Quota's turn here?
Yes.
So you ran up to him and made your attacks?
Yes.
Okay.
But he's also
Did you
far
do
away.
any
Yeah,
additional
I am,
movement
so-
after? 5, 10, you used half your movement to get to him.
Probably
23.
change the
Oh, never
direction.
mind that.
Yeah,
Donnie's
so
like a
probably pull
24.
back now.
Okay.
There are the people supposed to
Straight back like this?
But
Okay.
What else?
I'm 20.
Yeah, what else do you have?
Alright.
Protect
So-
good or evil.
The end of Quota's turn,
Healing kill.
Thanatos does use.
Legendary action.
Mending, spare dying, fine, guidance.
What is his legendary action?
Guidance one.
Give me a second.
I think it gives a d4 for any skills.
Oh, wait.
But his AC? Well, we don't know what his AC is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So every creature within Thanatos' radius here needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yes! Not in it.
Lanfear and Oathmeal are both in this radius and need to make Constitution saving throws as well.
They get a +1 due to Molthran.
Okay, got it. Let me check their individual constitution saving.
Luca, con save, please.
With a +1.
Oh, you need it. So guidance. That's not too bad. Touch one.
Lanfear, I roll.
Touch one. Yeah, touch.
2 plus 6.
Once before the spell, so target.
What'd she say?
4 as the number roll. Appropriate check.
Oatmeal, I roll.
If it's
11 plus 5.
On
your con saves?
Or after making the ability check.
Yes.
Okay, so those both fail.
Then the spell ends.
Did you have the +1 from me?
Yeah.
Is it worth an action?
Sorry.
No, I did not. So add +1 to both.
Like,
I rolled a 19. Finally, my dice are level.
I think you said Oathmeal rolled higher. What did she have?
I don't know, like situation.
She was a.
It could. It's been already rolled before you.
I thought I said oh my
It lasts
goodness.
for a minute.
So what's the ability to
11
check
plus
his
5.
Well, it would be for
He doesn't do straight up attack rolls.
yeah.
And I already picked up the dice.
It's alright.
I just roll and roll
I
20
was
from
saying
now
they're
on.
saving.
Yeah.
Okay, those
Saving throw.
really this was not that bad.
Would a 17 pass?
Like,
Would a 17 pass? Because I think she said 11
Later
plus.
on.
17 would not pass.
Okay.
Yeah,
What, a 19?
if you use
Nope.
the skills.
Yeah.
Well, he rolled a 19 plus con plus
For
1.
me, because I'm starting to hack.
Just passed. Alright, so
Good, so 24 passes.
20 passes.
20 passes.
Damn!
Alright, so that is
I got saved.
minus 17.
If you fail.
Yeah, so minus 17 for fails and minus 8 for anyone who passed.
Damn it.
What kind of damage?
Necrotic.
That means that's just something use. Right?
Chromature, you just passed, so that's an 8 damage.
Nice.
And Quota.
I didn't do quotas.
You're just out of it, right? Or did you?
14 plus quotas.
So yeah, we do that one.
Can't feature, can't confirm.
And it's for 10 minutes. It's concentration as well.
So you're saying now,
Which honestly,
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna be up there getting a good start.
yeah. So for that part, that's not too bad.
Yeah, really weak constitution today.
Yeah.
I guess I got a strong one for my character.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's supposed to get proficiency in
Charm
concepts.
Take a target, it's already charm. That's not, yeah, I would probably do that.
Yeah, here we go. Con save plus 5.
Oh, I misread that.
Yeah.
Chromature, I don't think so.
Plus, he has also quota has resistance because he's a baritone.
Yeah.
Because he's what?
He's
He's a
baritone. So he takes half.
So he takes half damage because he has resistance to all damage types.
Okay.
Oh, well, then I will. 18
Plus 4, plus 5 is 24.
Then plus that 1.
So he gets 8 anyways.
So quota takes 4 because half of half is 4.
Did quota save?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thought he failed, but
He read the stat norm.
okay.
He was reading just the con score.
So it doesn't count as a spell. No, it was legendary action disrupt life. Chromature. That does, however, cost all 3 of his legendary actions for the round.
Oh wow. Okay.
For the round.
So now it's Luca's turn. It's Luca's turn.
Alright, go for it, Luca.
Does Thanatos move at all?
Oh wait, Nishka hasn't gone, sorry.
So my plan is to cast protection from good and evil on Bernard.
On me. Okay.
You're the only one near him. It's a touch, so.
Touch, so I'm gonna like pat you on the shoulder and be like,
Cool. So that gives
you're the backbone of this.
that gives you advantage on saving throws and then disadvantage on attack rolls.
Yes.
They usually get disadvantage on attack rolls against you. And then I'm gonna.
You can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed.
How can I get to him in one turn? Or
Possess people.
I'm gonna
1, 2, 3.
honestly, I'm
No.
gonna say it's a free action to jump down, but yeah, you would have to go.
Okay. So I would.
You can
I
get to about here.
Can I get to that alley? The like squeeze between that building and.
Yeah, you might be able to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little
Yeah.
close.
Okay.
Let me actually. You can get to him.
Well, I don't have an attack this turn, so I'll just stay at the 20 feet.
Yeah, you do.
Do I?
No, he
No,
casts.
cast.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
So you'll stay at the 20. It's not
Yeah.
too bad.
Stay at the
Hello,
20.
did that work?
Is it?
Say what? We can hear you.
Alrighty, this laptop briefly lost connection, but I figured it out. Hello, I'm back.
Okay.
Welcome back. So yeah, I'm just gonna stay at the 20 feet mark.
Cool.
And grin menacingly.
So it's Luca's turn.
All right. Yeah. That's it for your turn? Okay. Sage Luca, you're up. Globe of invulnerability at 9th level and move 5 feet northwest. Alright, where's that globe of invulnerability pop up?
Nothing can do that. He had us doing all the work.
I know.
this time. Wow.
As a 9th level spell? Oh dang.
What was Luca?
Luca's level 18.
Oh. So basically, Luca has a 10 foot radius. Yes. And any spell of 8th level or lower outside the barrier can't affect creatures within.
You said 10 feet?
10 feet, yes.
There's so many auras going on right now.
Change them up. Don't use the same colors.
Yeah, like
Oh wait,
Thanatos should be
can you
red.
custom? Oh yeah, you can.
Thanatos should be red.
Yeah.
So that way you can at least distinguish the colors. You could do like a baby. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry, what color?
I will
No,
take
yours is
blue.
fine. Yours is
I
fine.
will take blue.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, because the other two are kind of close.
Only 9th level spells can affect those inside, not spells cast at 9th level. What?
So basically the spell says that anything within his bubble cannot be affected by spells of a slot lower than the spell cast level. So anything below level 8 cannot be affecting anything within Luca's aura.
Which is a lot of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything 8th level and lower does not affect anyone
Within that
in
aura.
that radius. Okay.
Period.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man,
And
I'm
this would
really
be-
gonna.
Would have been when Thanatos would have wanted to counterspell, but
Say what?
this definitely would have been where he would have wanted to counterspell if he could.
Yeah.
But he can't because he already used his reaction.
Yeah, he used his reaction. See, that was Reese's plan all along.
It's a good thing I'm the end of the train.
And now it is my turn.
Donnie's gotta
I
go.
haven't gone yet.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
quite.
man. My bad.
All right. So that's it for your turn, Chromature.
All right,
Yeah.
time for the dwarf.
So you got
Hey, you might want to
your...
move Mikey closer. Because he wouldn't have been able to attack otherwise.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have been able to
If
attack.
he's right there.
Oh, he moved forward and made his attack, and then moved back.
And then retreat.
Thanatos couldn't
Okay.
do an opportunity attack.
Yeah. I was
So
smart
now
about
roll
that.
frame moves up.
Wait, that's not quota. Crap.
All right.
It's playing
So
it
what is
wrong.
Malthrain gonna do?
I am going to go
Move.
hit him in the face with a holy hammer.
Ooh.
Okay.
Just see white light coming off the hammer.
All right.
Holy smite.
By the way, you don't have to use your smite until you hit.
Yeah.
So just after you hit, you
So you roll, see if you hit, and then you add it.
so you don't spend your spell. 2 attacks, yeah. What'd you roll?
14 and 2.
Plus what?
Plus
Plus your.
a 2 weapon, plus your 3 from strength, plus plus 4 from strength. So plus 8 to hit, so
Okay.
over 20, and then 10.
Okay. So the over 20 obviously hits.
So you do the attack with your maul,
It's a hammer.
warhammer.
Yeah.
Okay, so warhammer.
It's not like the two-handed ones. The one.
Gotcha. So D8 plus 4 plus 2 plus.
That's 5.
Do you have to do what?
No.
Okay, so that's plus 6. Is that 5 on the die?
Yes.
So 11 plus your smite.
No, now roll for smite. Which one are you? Which smite are you using?
Are you using first or second level?
Second level holy.
48 then. Wait, was it D8 or D6? It was D8.
No, I'm good.
D8, yeah, 48.
Do you want me to just type it in here and just do it that way?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. How many? What?
48. And this is radiant damage that matters.
Okay. 20 damage. So that's 20 radiant damage, and what else?
Second. Well, that's all for that attack. So 20 radiant plus 11. There you go.
So 31 damage grand
Yes.
total. Okay.
And you still have a bonus action.
I cast Thunderous Smite.
Well, you don't.
You can't cast that yet. Yeah, it's
What?
attack.
I think you can actually do Sacred Weapon, if I recall correctly.
What are your spells, Clark? What are your spells?
Well, seeing as how mine's all messed up because of you.
Paladin, so
How is it messed up?
Because you don't fill in everything that I need.
Donnie, you have cards.
What's that? Is magic weapon? No, that doesn't matter right now.
That's what I'm saying. What spells do you have?
Hunter's Mark before you should have done that. My bad. Yeah. You can do that now. Just have it full.
Yeah.
So your next attack.
I'll do a hunter's mark.
Yep. So that says that every time you get hit now, it's an extra d6.
Until the spell ends, you do an extra 1d6 to the target whenever you hit it with a weapon.
And this is on what?
But you don't
On things.
and you have advantage on any wisdom or perception or survival.
What spell is this?
Hunter's Mark.
Does that give you free concentration?
You basically magically know its location too.
What you're saying, Thunderous Smite isn't actually an attack, you just have to maintain concentration until your next attack.
Yeah, but still. Another cast one. Hunter's Mark right now. What? Either way.
A hunter's mark will be better.
Oh, yeah, I had to hit.
Yeah.
Hunter's mark.
Yeah. Hunter's mark will be better.
Now it's my turn.
And I'm just curious, did I have advantage because I was doing a holy attack?
No.
It may have had vulnerability to radiant damage.
He does
but-
not.
How does that work out? He's
Because almost nothing has weakness to radiant damage this edition.
Yeah. He doesn't have any elemental weaknesses, but he does have elemental strengths.
Alright, well, I pull back.
Okay. To where?
To
Behind
right
that.
here.
So you have perfect radius.
Back here?
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you have
All
any
right.
move?
Alright. Do what, James?
Do you have any movement?
Yes. I think the same movement as quota.
No. Quota's got 40.
I've got 30.
Okay. I just want to check.
Alright, now it is my turn.
Go for it.
So 60 feet, drop the broom off, so Mishka now has a broom flying. And so 30, and then I move back, and then I move into Luca's aura.
I hit the wrong tool. There we go.
Towards Luca.
Like here.
I can fly.
You can fly by yourself without it?
Yes, I cast flying at the beginning.
I thought you were casting it on Luca.
No, I twinned it.
Okay.
No, I used a level spell slot, so target's 2 feet.
Okay.
Cool. So I'm within Sage Luca's aura.
Okay. You're standing right next to her.
And bonus action, command the barrels to use the held action, so Lanthea will have advantage in all of her attacks.
Get barrel genitals!
Barrel armor activated.
And then for my action, I'm just gonna go ahead and. No, I can't fireball right now. I wish I could, but I'm just gonna go ahead and firebolt using Tides of Chaos. Over 20 hits.
Okay.
20. So that's 6 fire damage. I'm putting those back there. That's not fun. Rolling 20.
Okay.
Your best chance.
I don't get that back yet. Yes, spell first.
You got 2 feet.
All right. And that completes your turn?
Yes.
Which brings us to Reese.
Yes. So I get advantage because of the barrels, right?
Because of what?
Barrels?
No, that was Lanfear.
Lanfear.
Okay, never mind then.
Okay. So you're over here.
Yeah. So basically, the barrels are doing the help action, so there's 4 total help actions.
Do I get the advantage?
No. It's whoever.
They're like
We'll worry about that later.
handing her next
Okay.
weapon as
Here
she
comes my
flings
attack.
whatever.
No. I rolled a... No.
What were you trying to roll?
An attack roll with my pike, so I can then do the landing thing,
Oh, okay.
but it did not work, so I'm going to make my second attack
Okay, so you ran up to here, you jumped down at him, you missed, and you bounced back to here. Okay.
And my second attack was also not good.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Alright, so you still have a little bit of movement left.
You might want to jump back up on the roof.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna take the attack of opportunity.
He doesn't have a attack opportunity because he hasn't moved yet.
Yes, he does. We're at the next round.
It has to be at the end of his next turn. Oh yeah,
Well, he used the previous one before the previous attack of opportunity.
My bad, I'm thinking wrong. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking wrong. We can do it either way. It's fine.
So he gets to attack me.
yes.
In this case, he chooses not to.
Oh, the bait didn't work.
Because you didn't do anything. He's like, yeah.
He's like, right.
Ignoring you.
Nate.
No, halfway through, Reese's first gonna look back very hurt and like, I resent that, and continue climbing up on buildings again.
Okay. Alright, so you're about here.
So Elsinore.
Yep, we're still hearing you, Ari.
Oh, sorry, that was me singing. I forgot. I copied and pasted.
No apology needed. It's alright. Appreciate you sticking with us.
Oh, I'm here. Yes.
Go for it, Elsinore.
I'm gonna cast.
Lanfear's turn is next, by the way.
Ray at him.
Hmm?
I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray at him.
Scorching Ray, okay.
Wait, how far away am I?
You're
Yeah,
Off
I
the
need to-
charts,
I
man.
need to make sure about that.
you're over here.
Yeah,
What's the range on that?
120 feet.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
I just want to make sure.
80 feet.
Okay. I knew I was like far, but I didn't know how far. Yeah, so I'll do all four.
Yeah. So Holy Weapon was cast on Lanfear.
Holy weapon.
Yeah, only one. hit.
Oh right, Holy Weapon was cast on Reese.
He doesn't do anything fancy. It's
Just makes it a magical weapon.
magical weapon does 2d8 extra damage if it hits.
Okay, so you're
Also-
what, Elsinore?
I cast Scorching Ray. Only one
I
hit.
stand corrected. You can use your bonus action to
There's a
dismiss the
19.
weapon, dealing 48 radiant damage.
Hold on, please.
So, yeah, the highest I have is 19.
Okay, so that hit.
9 damage.
Okay.
I don't feel fine.
Do you roll the hex too?
Oh, wait, yeah, hex.
Every time you hit
Forget what it
with your Eldritch Blast?
is. No, just whenever I hit.
Yeah.
And then another 1d6.
What did you attack with?
Scorching Ray. Only hit with 1. And that's
With 4 bolts?
yeah. Only hit with 1. I rolled like
Okay.
So I added just another one to that for the damage.
Alright. Lanfear and Oathmeal, you're up.
Alright. Lanfear has advantage.
Yeah, Lanfear does have advantage on her attacks at the moment.
All 4.
Yeah, it was another one. I forgot the hex damage.
Lanfear, you there?
I am right here.
Alrighty. It is your turn, and you do have advantage on all of your attacks.
Okay. Excellent. Let's see. Pulling up my character sheet. How close am I? Oh, I can use my axe, can I?
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Alright, I'm gonna use my axe. Alright, so that is, let's see, first things first, let's roll.
That's 20.
rolled it in Roll20.
I see it. Make 2 more attack rolls.
Attack rolls? Got it.
Yes.
Oh, whoops, I did that wrong. Ignore me.
You're good. Hey, Bucket.
It's fine. That still tells me enough. So you have, let's see.
Also, you can re-roll that 9 because you have advantage.
Oh god, yeah. Well, you don't need to. All 4 attacks hit. And that first one was a crit.
So that's 5d12 plus
Whatever.
4 times her modifier.
So can I just say, y'all thought that, oatmeal was the bad arse of the family, but that crown was stolen back.
Lanfear is the gladiator champion. Alright, so you are rolling 5d12 plus 20.
Is that including the +1 button?
Plus 24, sorry.
So
So a
46.
total of 46 damage. Good God.
That's doing good.
Alright.
That's just a regular.
What are you doing next, Lanfear?
I'm going to Disneyland.
I think we're all going to Disneyland at this point.
Battle Master bonus action attack.
Okay, I just clipped that, just so you know.
Okay, alrighty.
What is that?
She already attacked. She is a gladiator. I'm gonna let her stay in melee. I might regret that later, but her hit points look okay.
And Oathmeal.
Okay, Oatmeal. Your gladiator sister just made you look like a small little girl. Let's go.
Here, I'll do it.
Okay, so what does she have? She's a crossbow this time, but she is not.
It's still
Okay, so you need to first get to about here to be able to see him.
Or should we just get on the building?
Or you can climb on the building, yeah.
Oh, you mean like Hanzo? Can I Hanzo the building?
Yes.
Yes, you may Hanzo the building.
I'm a Hanzo the building.
Please. Oathmeal's mute, so she can't really say anything, but please tell me that she's thinking some Hanzo quote.
Oh, I mean, she's kind of like Link. She's like, oh, yeah. Alright, so she grunted her way up, and do I have to roll for that? Let's see. Her movement speed is 30.
I'm not going to make you roll for it. So you've got your crossbow, or you can attempt 2 short sword attacks if you get close enough.
Got it. I think I'm going to do a crossbow that just feels safer right now, given her hit points.
sitting in the back sniping.
Gives her
That's all. That's what I did. Everyone else is Go back and watch the
I snipe him with my Hanzo powers. Okay, okay.
Yeah, this is not playing out how I thought it would. But not in the direction that I expected.
Okay, so you thought you'd actually have zombies on your side?
No, I was planning a single target fight because I didn't want the zombies on.
I think I did that right. It's 1d20 plus 8 to hit for my crossbow.
No.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Don't
got
listen to
19.
James.
Oh,
Wasn't paying attention all the way.
Barely.
Oh, that was your attack roll, 19. Okay, yeah, that's a hit.
I thought I heard something else.
No, the defenses were to determine how quickly reinforcements came to you, such as Lanfear and Oathmeal and others. Didn't end up needing them because, well, you ended up basically outnumbering him.
Yeah. Those are badasses.
Okay,
underestimate the power of numbers. I've been TPK'd by a group of
okay, I rolled
quarter
1d8 plus 5, and now I am 13.
That's 13 damage?
Yes, sir.
Does that include her sneak attack?
It is not a sneak attack.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it does.
Sneak attack is pretty much anything that does.
Yeah, sorry. You did not include your sneak attack.
So,
Oh, I'm a dummy. Let me get my sneak attack in.
No, I forgot about it too.
46. Okay, it looks like that does apply. Okay, give me a sec.
That's supposed
Okay, 12.
Alright, go ahead and enter stage 3.
You do still have movement left. Will that do it for Oathmeal's turn, or would you like to move?
She could also do.
No, I like that vantage point on top of the building. She's going to continue to channel her inner Hanjo.
Bonus action dodge.
Okay, guys, I need to briefly take off my headphones because B is in here, and once again, little Bay needs to eat food.
No problem. You got some time. All right. So at this point,
Okay, just hit me up on Discord. I'll be right there, okay?
got it. Thanatos looks between Mishka and Luca and
About the barrels.
Huh?
About the barrels.
He has not made any acknowledgement of the barrels.
To his peril!
It really is his barrel at this point.
Well, the barrels, as far as I know, are still swarming the body of other Mishka. Oh wait, no, they're helping Lanfear. Yeah. So, but he looks between Mishka and Luca, and he kind of glances over at Luca and says, "You really think you can stop me?"
Not them, me.
All right.
I'm being a smart ass at this point.
You think?
I'm just not following you.
So at this point, I'm going to take this one out.
Did what now?
Let's see, 20.
Oh, is he trying to
He casts Cloud Kill at 9th level,
counterspell?
centered on Bernard. Make a roll.
Cool. Tides of Chaos also.
Does Luke
38 on the Tides of Chaos. And
Chromature, it's
natural 20 on the counterspell.
Fuck you,
And
dude.
he's like, you're thinking of somebody, not them, me. And then the 30 on the one that.
Oh, a Thanos snap on.
Thanatos is like, I am death and all this, and he just goes, yeah, I'm Bernard.
So what's the wall magic, Surge?
Chromature, it is 9th level. As you said, a 9th level spell would affect. Say what?
What's the 38 on the wall magic?
Oh god.
I'm pretty unicorn, I just know it.
That would be awesome at this point.
1d6 flumps.
Flumps! Woo!
Yes, Chromature, it is only 5th level, but it can be cast at higher levels.
Let me just pull it up on the phone. Okay. 4, 5, 8.
Or are you saying that it still functions as 5th level even if cast at 9th level?
No. It's 9th level spell. You probably didn't hear the level.
Even if even if a higher level slot is used. Oh, interesting. Very interesting.
That's.
What was the name of it?
Oh yeah, right. It does say that in the spell text, but that doesn't know that. So you can cast another 9th level spell, which probably would have been Comet Storm,
Probably.
and then I counter spelled that.
Redirect all the comments to him. Yeah.
Yeah, he would have. Yeah, whatever he cast, it.
Would have been comments.
Fuck you. Fuck you, dude.
So do you want to show what our new friends are that just showed up?
Say what?
Do you want to show the new friends that showed up since I summoned 1d6 once?
Oh, yeah.
Have you rolled the 1d6?
Not yet. Feel free to roll.
6! We have 6 of them.
Cool.
Also, I didn't comment at the time, but flumps.
They appear within your
There you go.
within 60 feet of me. They're controlled by the GM, and they're frightened of me.
They're frightened of you?
Yes.
Yeah.
As they should
So
be.
they run away from Bernard to Thanatos.
They fear Bernard, but runs death.
They are controlled by the DMs. Whatever.
Yeah, sure, they run to Thanatos. Sure. And at this point, having the counterspell happened, and then these flumps just come out of where you snapped your fingers. Thanatos just.
We need that as a...
Get flumped. That beep on my side, yeah, stamped, I think it was. We didn't hear a beep.
Cool. Do you
Mine
need a
too.
stat block? Nah, I'm joking. Like, you don't need
No.
Ready?
Oh, good, I wasn't the only one who heard that. Okay, I don't. What beep?
No, these are things that
I think something happened to the audio. Okay. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. So you see, like, 6 little wiggly things pop up out of nowhere.
Oh!
Audio is really low now for me. That's weird.
That might have been a speaker pop.
Yeah.
No, everybody's audio is way low.
Huh. I don't know, guys. Mike is. Huh.
Refresh your page.
Yeah, try refreshing your page, see if that helps.
On then back off.
I mean off and then back on.
I always get it backwards. Yes.
That's why you're not like.
But hey, yeah.
Shut up.
Both are phones.
Not sure why it would have affected both of you. The chromature, you're not getting any audio out of the left side. That's weird. Oh, troll. Oh. Does Bernard laugh at Thanatos now?
I'd assume.
That's maniacal.
Strange. And the audio went down. Those has backing correct.
The restroom.
To restart the camera, I would have to shut down the screen. Start stream.
Turn on your caption.
Not with us.
But when the audio impaired, can't watch it.
Audio is cutting out now as if it had a. Oh. Gotcha. The compression kicked in. Alright, how is that? Tell me how that is. Better? But now there's a buzzing. Yes, because now there's not a... Give me a second. Ow, my ears. Sorry, Tails. Let me turn on just the suppression. That should get rid of the buzzing sound. How's that? Thanatos is attacking the stream directly now. As apparently we're... Okay, we're good. Alright, we're good.
By the way, does Bernard laugh at Thanatos?
No, I just say, told you.
Huh?
I just say, told you.
He's not even worth a laugh.
Damn.
Thanatos, come on.
Alright. Quota.
Quota smash.
What a smash!
Quota smash!
So it's like a plus 10 to hit.
12 and 8.
Plus 10
What's
is
your
18.
modifiers?
It's 22 and 18.
22 and 18?
Yeah.
Tails. That's it, I'm getting in there and fighting Thanatos myself. He's attacked the stream, he's gone too far. Okay, so
22 and 18.
22 and 18 after your modifiers, both hit, roll damage.
Cool. So
1d8.
2d8 plus
12.
9. Times 2.
Well, it should be plus 12.
Plus 5 strength, plus 2
No, he's got
rage,
he has plus
plus
8. If he's
2,
using the flails.
3. Huh?
If he's using the flails, plus 12.
Okay. Plus 12, okay. So plus 12 times 2 is 24.
24 plus 7. Okay. How do you
Plus
want to
3.
do this?
What is this? Oh my god, he's gonna be insufferable!
Here to do it.
He didn't even have to be. Oh my god, this is the worst. No. Quota, no!
Quota goes, puny lynch god, and just brings his weapon down on top of him, splitting him in half.
Well, that'd be crushing him.
Or crushing him in half. Crushing him. Just crushing him.
Crushing him in half.
It is quota, so.
Quota can do that. Don't question him.
Honestly, with how things have been going for him, only one of us will need to go.
Like,
Oh, staff chroma.
Commoners
We must
go
get in there and
in.
fight Thanatos
Yeah.
ourselves. Honestly, with how things have been going, only one of us will need to go. Yes! Staffed, I love it. I love it.
What's it supposed to be?
It's a fist punching Thanatos. So, Quota just runs and leaps at him and brings the mace down on top of him as hard as he possibly can. Thanatos crumbles under the force of the impact, tearing the robe in half, and the ghostly form just appears to just be gone. As finally,
That's such a drastic change.
It is such a drastic change. As finally, the the heat of battle seems to abate.
As he swings his hammer or weapon, he says, "Quota, yes."
Perfect. Quota yes, and then the punch and Thanatos. Oh my god.
Mikey says, "Swag nuggets."
Of course he is.
Oh, you texted him?
Yeah,
Oh, you texted him to tell him that Quota got the the finisher?
Which probably made his night.
Almost coach.
Yeah, as you guys can see, I'm not great with legendary creatures yet. So
To be fair, anytime you have a single creature on its own, it's gonna be a bad time.
You should have brought a small force with him.
I kept like running simulations on how deadly he would be against this entire group, and it kept on saying deadly plus. You know, it's like
deadly means if we're getting our rolls bad.
Well, no, deadly means it should be a decent fight if you use all of your resources in that one battle.
But it was like, okay, because deadly is kind of the top tier of difficulty on there, I was like, okay, how far into deadly is it? So I started doing like just number changes, like, okay, what if Lanfear and Oathmeal were both level 20? What if Bernard was level 20? And it still said deadly, and I'm like, okay.
And then like, lol no.
So it's a lot better than balancing it the other way, where we all instantly die. That is correct. There was other backup that never arrived because it wasn't needed.
And now we'll have that backup versus Strahd.
Huh?
Now we'll have the backup versus Strahd.
There you go.
Cool.
So if I actually go back into that menu with the large map, okay. So I actually also had all of the other spirits, including the ones you don't have yet, ready to show up. And the idea was that, well, first of all, I expected Dryad to need to be there longer, and having each spirit there was going to provide resistance to a certain damage type. So Shade would have provided resistance to necrotic. Dryad would have provided resistance to poison.
Well, it turns out we didn't need it.
Right. Lumina would have provided resistance to radiant, but it doesn't matter. Because obviously Thanatos isn't dealing radiant damage yet.
Or attacking me, so.
So for what it's worth, Elsinore, Lumina does dissipate after after this ends.
Yeah.
Stupid firefly.
Shoot.
So. But with that, you guys, you guys do
Mishka's
now
gonna look
have
at
this chance
Bernard
to...
and say, I told you got this.
I just run over to where the robe's at, and I cast Thunderous Smite.
At that point,
I want to make sure he's dead.
At that point, I pull out the staff. I didn't even bother using it. Like, was it ever in question?
Ooh.
Wow.
Mishka would like to head toward the wall to see if the zombies are still there or not.
No, it's a Night King thing. As soon as Thanatos is dead,
I mean, there was so much.
As you head up the wall,
Everyone's dead.
Taken care of from just Dryad and all the...
GM's revenge. While you were fighting Thanatos, zombies killed everyone. The city's gone.
spoiler alert, no, I'm just kidding. But no, there are still zombies left, but they are running wildly, kind of in all directions, and
they all
not
die
really
super quick.
not really under any controlling force at this time, so
They die from spikes, they die from fire.
there's still a lot of fighting going on, but you do
like strafing.
you do sense a shift in the momentum. Flanny is currently nowhere to be seen. As she is not technically a dragon, she doesn't have a breath weapon or anything like that, so she's not really a whole lot of value in a fight.
Except for like flying cavalry, which means ballista on her back and just shoot down.
Yeah, but no one's done that, so.
I don't think we need them, but okay.
But yeah, friend. Wait, no. Oh, that's a cantrip.
But
Season 1 over.
any RP that you guys would like to do at this time?
How does Sama look?
I head off with the dwarves back to their towns. Escorting them along the
one
way.
town. It's one town.
That was a couple.
Yeah, this was the town of Thalgrim, near here where you guys first met Gnome.
Yeah.
And
he said towns.
Hmm?
He said towns. For the
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, it's just one.
Yeah.
That we know of.
So we skipped over a couple of hours, like all the zombies have been swept up.
Yeah.
Okay.
You sense that there's generally not going to be any problem
Yeah.
subduing them at this point.
Yeah. Also,
Um,
it's just so much magic.
The townspeople don't seem to realize that Thanatos has been defeated, but they do sense that something has shifted in their favor. Can I Fortnite dance on Thanatos' corpse? Because it'd be in character and all. Yeah, I can totally see Luca doing that. Yeah, sure. You just go to Thanatos and dab.
Ultimate insult.
So at this point, I think
I would like to gather the party and tell them that, Shade would be the person to know. Not the I know what you would call them, not the person, but the spirit to know where the phylacteries might be.
the phylacteries for
His spirit.
for Thanatos' spirit. Cool.
Yeah, it's like, that's my concern. It's not over.
Right. Just a little bit more. Cool. So at this point, I just take the robe and I lift it up into the air, holding on to where the neck would be, and just symbolize for the town. Thanatos is dead.
Okay. And this does get an immediate response, and there's cheers going up from a small group at first, and they, shout enough to get other people's attention, and it starts to spread.
Can I cast light to create a halo around Bernard's head?
You may do so.
I do so.
So it actually looks like that light effect that's behind you on the character screen there. So. And there's cheers all around and everything. Applause and victory. So at this point, is there anything that Oathmeal or Lanfear would like to do in the celebrations? Or any of the rest of you guys?
They could dab.
Well, I guess I take all the dwarves to go.
That actually would be in character for Oathmeal. Sorry, what?
I take all the dwarves to go get a drink, like I promised them.
Okay. Hey, a man who remembers his promises.
I told you if you fought, you'd get a beer. And you did, even though you shit yourself.
A beer.
Okay, how many platinum pieces does he lose?
Huh?
How many platinum pieces does he lose?
How many what?
Platinum pieces.
Oh.
Because I'm pretty low.
So how much gold do you have?
All of it. Give me
You don't have it.
What? Screw you! No, I had like 900 or something.
Okay.
Hey, we also made you buy a dog.
The nearest bar.
Oh, you bought
well-deserved
you bought the
drink.
dog?
Yeah, Mikey called him.
So, looking out over the battlefield, you guys do notice that all of the
It's
thorns,
an onyx dog.
the giant spikes and thorns that Dryad had
Oh,
created.
the magic item?
Yep. Okay.
How much?
You'll have to look at the
That
name.
was it.
Favoring of Wondrous Power.
So, as you guys look out over the battlefield, you do notice that all of the spikes and thorns that Dryad created have crumbled and broken away.
At this point, I think I'm just going to go ahead and channel my energy using my spell slot pool, which I believe I have the bonus action just recharge magic. I use that to recharge her.
To recharge Dryad?
Yes.
Is that a...
magic.
Huh?
I'm like,
You're basically just
Cool.
you're basically just giving up spell slots to
yes.
send that magic energy
Yes.
into her. Okay. It probably helps some, but it doesn't really. Yeah.
Basically, it's enough for her to take a physical form
Did you
and
text
just
him?
chillax.
Okay.
And then tomorrow, she'll be.
She still doesn't take any physical form
Okay, cool.
at this time.
I just
You guys also do notice that a lot of the trees and plant life in the local area, even what did not see any direct combat, a lot of those trees have withered.
Yep.
So I channel.
Does Quota kiss land like that sailor during PJ
I
in
text
Times
him.
Square?
I was like, who do you kiss?
Oath drink. Nice.
Yeah, so I'm recharging with like 2 third level spells worth of magic.
Okay. She still doesn't take physical form. She just doesn't seem to want to at this point. But
She's tired.
yes. Or you get the sense that if she is taking physical form, she's doing it somewhere far away and within her element. So yeah, for you guys at home, little explanation of some of the red herrings we've thrown you over the last few sessions. Reese was never intended to be a player character. Reese was always going to be an NPC. Arya was able to rejoin us a little bit earlier than we had thought, so said, you know what, why don't you play Reese if you want to.
I thought I could set up like a romantic triangle with Reese, Coda, and like everybody else. Didn't really work out.
Yeah.
Maybe next time.
So we just decided we'd throw a red herring before bringing Mishka back. So when Mishka was originally killed off, resurrecting Mishka was always the plan, because it wasn't Arya's fault that he had to have classes and everything like that. Of course, you did sign up for them, so in a sense, it's kind of your fault. But it couldn't be helped, so I didn't really want to perma-kill Mishka on that alone. So, and I even told the players up until very recently that, Arya's got his new character rolled and is ready. And so yeah.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
So I have what Mikey does.
Okay, so what does Quota do?
He lies down in tears, mourning his fallen friends, and Whisper gets some sleep. You have a long journey ahead, and he passes out, leaning towards Lanfear.
Passes out leaning towards Lanfear.
Well, 1d8 damage.
Well, there you go. Everyone heads out for a celebratory drink, I assume, or...
I mean, I'm taking care of
He's being the garbage man.
Huh?
He's being the garbage man.
Yeah, you're taking out the trash.
I imagine he's being like held by cheering
Okay.
crowds as
Yeah.
like he's holding the.
What is Mishka doing?
After
Singing
casting
bar.
the light, I think she's going to try to just fade away for a bit. Like, just lay low.
Yeah.
Or come to the bar and have a drink with the rest of us.
Yeah, I
you-
think that includes laying low.
Do you approach the body of what used to be you, which is still
Isn't
lying
it
where it
basically a
fell?
puddle now?
No,
Oh,
still a body.
sure, yeah.
A mana spirit gave you
Go
essence. So,
very cautiously toward it.
poke with a
It's
stick.
just about. It's just.
It's just a body. I mean, she looks like she's been through hell. You kind of look at this and you can't really believe that used to be you.
Actually, Mishka would believe it.
I mean, looks like it's been through hell a lot more than
So
Mishka
no,
ever
okay.
did, but huh?
I would like to poke it with the sword of mana.
Okay.
Any
You poke.
weird
No.
glow? Okay.
No. I only asked about and brought it up simply gee, Mishka, how come your mom lets you have two bodies? I just asked about it because it would be really weird seeing this bizarre, twisted version of
I mean,
yourself that actually used to be the real
I've
you.
been living in a sword, so weird has lost its meaning.
Weird has lost its meaning. Fair enough. Fair enough. Do you tell them about anything else that you experienced in the
I
sword?
think, first of all, Mishka is a little uncertain as to if she's going to stay physical. Like, for a while, she's like wondering, like, am I gonna get recalled to the sword somehow? But I think I'm gonna wait a couple of days, like at least like until the next day before I kind of rejoin the party.
Just arms crossed.
I've already told them about the phylacteries, so I think my plan is to let them go through the celebrations, and then the next day we're gonna get together again and essentially sow the seeds for season 2.
All right. Cool. Well, there we go. Unless you guys have anything else.
I think just for the shits and giggles, I'm gonna cast Identify on the robes.
Okay. And what's it supposed to do?
Identify. One second while I pull that spell so I can take
Basically wants to see if it has any special features or
I know.
is it magical.
Identify. Touching the robes, I see if it's a magical item or some other magic imbued object. I learn its properties and how to use them, and whether it requires attunement, and how many charges. And I learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are.
Okay.
And I learn what spells created it.
Most of the time it's pretty.
It's mostly there for intimidation.
Interesting. Okay.
Stop wasting time.
Yeah, you cast it, and
The rest of it.
I assume you get an answer.
Next season.
Yeah, I haven't got a clue what that answer would be. Not yet. I haven't really thought about how he got his robes.
I mean, you can work on
They came from a thrift store. How about that?
I'll be mad if that's how he actually.
the little like in-game pop-up for the item.
Serious answer. You do
Worth one copper.
at the very least you do sense that they originated on a different plane.
worth 1 copper.
The DM has not decided whether they are inherently magical or how they came to be exactly, but I can tell you that they did originate.
The real
on another
question
plane.
is the robe fabulous?
I mean, it's fathered and green.
I mean, literally, it just got
Roll for robe hotness?
Roll for fashion.
Yes.
I mean, they're already 20.
18.
18!
So they're pretty fashionable.
Yeah.
Or they were. They were before quota smashed.
No, it's like designer core jeans.
What?
Like you know how like
The
ladies
purposely cut jeans
Yeah.
that you buy that are
Yeah.
already done that way.
and they're like more
Stretched.
expensive because they have tears in them.
Oh God, yeah.
Yes.
God, I hate that crap. And just so that the whole party appears on the screen for once, I'm actually going to go ahead and activate Nail's portrait, even though he hasn't been here in forever. But yeah,
I mean, it really
surely someone knows mending. It's an easy fix.
But isn't it more fashionable that way?
They're not Wheezies.
I'll look for.
Are you still on the call?
No, wait.
Is she?
She said to let her know
Oh, okay,
she's
okay,
needed
okay.
on Discord.
Yeah, she's still here.
Okay.
Lanfear Oathmeal, anything in the celebrations or closing?
I think she's taking care of the cat right now.
Yeah, that was a while ago, though. I figure she's probably back by now, but who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know, quota smashed Resh. Go take care of the cat.
Anything? Anything else you guys need to say?
Well, I think that will generally pretty much do it. And guys, thank you all so much for being here through this season and for being patient with me as I've been learning all of this.
I think I made one announcement before.
Yeah,
Okay, do you mind if I say it real quick?
I kind of mind.
It means you're going to have to anyways.
But
This is a hostile takeover?
Yep.
but I'm
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna be like, June 20th. This is my chair. This is what we're
How
running.
did someone so skinny take up the entire couch?
Let me go ahead and put that close to the screen so they can actually see
it's
it.
yeah.
Don't forget your bottle of rum.
Wait, bottle of rum.
The bottle of rum.
So what module is that again?
Ghosts of Saltmarsh.
Ghosts of Saltmarsh, June 20th. So that's what we'll be running
That
next.
is a lot of emotes from Chromature.
That is a lot of emotes, and I love it. So with that, I think we're going to raid Nags tonight.
Are we going to nag him?
We're gonna nag him. That's exactly what we're gonna do. But yeah, so last stream here for now. I will be flying out to the UK Saturday night. I should arrive sometime Sunday morning, and
Enjoy the 18.
I will have a few.
Enjoy the 18-hour flight.
Yeah, no kidding. I will have a few short IRL streams at irregular times. Just have your notifications on, hit the bell, all that stuff.
Ain't gotta work nights now.
But for now, I think there's only one thing left to say. See you at Bradgate. Thanks a lot, everyone. Have a great night, and we'll see you next time.
I'm not included on that, but that's okay. It's happening.